now. He has said it many times through people. So we want, if our leader wants to speak to Biafrans, we want him to speak to us as a free man when he is free. Or he comes to the court in the, you understand me, like how it happened in 2016 and 17. He can come out and speak to the press. But if they don't give him those opportunities, we want him to be a free man, then he can speak to us. He has spoke to us for many years. Do you understand me? So whatever he wants to tell us, I think all those messages he have delivered it to us through the legal team and also through our brother Benjamin Madubugu in his court outing. He have delivered many messages. Our leader have informed and delivered messages. So I don't see it as being necessary. I don't want them to, those who are making move for us and the leadership, we don't, it is not accepted. Even if it is done, it is not accepted.
All right, Mazi, I'm asking you this question because I have somebody else who is telling me right now. He said to me, which means they believe that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaks, that people will listen and there will be peace in Biafra land. Now the question is, when he speaks and there is peace in Biafra land, are they not going to abandon him to rot in jail? Because if they really want peace, wouldn't they push for his release so that he can come out and of course speak to his people, just like you alluded, as a free man?
Mazi, anything like the leader, we have made it very clear that nobody can force our leader for anything, any negotiation, anything inside the DSS dungeon. Anything our leader have to say, he have to say it as a free man when he's released. Do you understand me? We are not accepting it. Number one, Mazi, let me tell you something. You see those people who are saying when our leader come and speak, there will be peace. No. You know, these infiltrators have caused a lot of damage in Biafra land. With the Nigerian military, with the fifth columnist, they have caused criminals, kidnappers, they were carrying all kind of criminal activities in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many of these criminals, infiltrators, many of them has become millionaires from stealing, from robbing of cars, most of them have made money from criminality. And most of the infiltrators have also made money from whatever they are doing. Now, they found out, they are now seeing the coast is clear, that the leader is coming out. All those people are speaking from both sides of their mouth. They think, okay, let them now say, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said a lot of things before he was adoption. There was nothing. What do you want him to address? Is it who to take the command from when he's not there? Is it about criminality? Have he preached against criminality? Mazi, let me clear something here. Do you know that all this while, from the time our leader was adopted, flown extraordinary renditions to Nigeria, the Nigerian government, their agents, the infiltrators, those who knows what they were doing and those who don't know what they were doing, all of them came together. That is when they are trying to raise up something they will use to tag IPOB as a terrorist group in diaspora all around the world, like maybe in America and the UK. They were looking, so they start because they are holding our leader. But do you know where they have problem? Do you know where they have problem? Presently, the argument is, you are claiming Nnamdi Kanu did this, Nnamdi Kanu did that, but he's in the detention. They are being asked, name one IPOB leadership, somebody from IPOB leadership who have advocated for violence in any way. Show us who is, mention him, bring the evidence that this IPOB leadership have advocated for violence against our own people, against killing of our own people. That was why you see them pushing that infiltrator from Finland. He is making many unguarded statements because, but you saw in the BBC this thing, they didn't even want to. He is the one who have called violence against our people, but they didn't mention his name. This is how you understand. You found out that since they are holding our leader, you saw Uche Mefo wake up from dead, already start writing on social media and start claiming, writing thesis. Somebody IPOB trained with their money to be a lawyer. He ended up writing thesis against his leader, his own people, thinking that he will succeed. You found out the other fallen angel from the Radio Biafra, going on Radio Biafra to talk about that we are giving internet to people. Mazi Kechuku, let me ask you one question.
Yes.
Those BBC journalists, those people who are doing journalism, are they not being given communication equipment?
Absolutely.
Are BBC not providing them telephones, laptops, all the cars, allowances, and
Absolutely.
all these things?
Not only BBC, but every media houses must provide for their correspondence.
Media, thank you. And you call us IPOB media warriors. This is what you call. And you are crying for 1,500 naira internet recharge given to people to make sure that they work for the restoration of Biafra. They are crying for 1,500 naira. They are crying for an Android phone. This is to show you who they are. They have all failed and they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let him make a statement. They say, okay, he have make a statement. No, they should not use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make a statement, because all they plan was, this guy was trying to impose himself as the leader of IPOB. He make unguarded statement. He commit all these things, and they gather them all together. That is why you saw him pushing himself that I am a leader, I am an IPOB member. And we told him, you are not. You are not an IPOB member. You are not, and you have never been. He continued to push our people, some of the foolish ones, some of the, the ones that don't have, even when you're talking, they don't know what is happening. They don't know. It is because we defeated them. You found out now BBC come out and deliver this, do you understand me, this blackmailing program, fake documentary against our people. If you watch out, had it been they have enough, that is why they wanted people like we to say something. They would have waited. We respond to them. Because they are talking about how we are projecting with violence. Who? Mazi, have we come here on radio and project violence? Have we called for violence?
Not at all.
Mazi Chinedu called for violence? Have any member of the DOS come on radio and call for violence? No, none of us have done so. That is why the agent provocateurs, those who sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people don't understand that this is a Nigerian government conspiracy with their fifth columnist. They organize these people. They want to bombard with all kind of atrocities. They tell people to do all kind of criminality, and at the end of the day, they will all gather it and tell you, this guy is your leader. He is your leader. We should thank IPOB leadership for not allowing that infiltrator to be on our Radio Biafra. Because had it been he called all these things on Radio Biafra, how will you defend yourself? How will you defend it is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How will you defend that it is not coming from IPOB? That is why the best thing the leadership of IPOB did was to make sure he goes into agreement on the code of conduct of people who come on Radio Biafra to speak something. Because I could remember when he said that when he need the radio and nobody should tell him what to say and what not to say, he won't take any word from anybody. Mazi Kechuku, are you not having a supervisor who supervises this Radio Biafra?
Absolutely.
And all the people working? So how will you, Mazi Kechuku, feel? How will Mazi Ike Peters feel when somebody comes in, he speaks what he has that will contradict what you have been doing for many years? He will come and call for violence, call and kill this person. Kill who? Our own people. This is what they were looking for. But they never knew there were people in this movement. They never knew that the IPOB leadership are men behind this movement. That is what they never knew. That is why they came out from everywhere, and we thank Chukwuokike and say at the end, they have all failed. They have all failed. That is why you see Lai Mohammed now crying to Facebook to see what they will do to us. All of them are crying. Uche Mefo is crying. You saw the thesis he wrote about Madubugu. Madubugu came out and they said what Onyendu delivered to him. Uche Mefo is crying because the world is asking him. But this is what these guys are saying. This man said, Soludo wrote it. He said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not happy with what is happening in Biafra land. He said it is sacrilegious. And we all know that. Mazi, look at all they have done to be able to blackmail this movement. They want to call you a terrorist on the radio. They want to, because they know they are holding our leader. They want all their plans. We know all what they are planning. The IPOB leadership, the information, all the intelligence report, everything happening in this is, everything comes on their table. And at the end of the day, we must use it very, very well. We don't need to come and tell people. The most important is we want the unconditional release of our leader. We don't care how we do it. We don't have to explain to anybody how it is being done. But what we want is a total unconditional release of our leader. And that we are going to achieve very, very soon. One thing you have to know, now most of them have seen. Mazi, let me tell you something. Let me make this thing very clear also on the radio.
Go ahead.
You saw, we gave an instruction. Yes, we gave an instruction. I made that post, but I put it in a positive way because
yes.
We have, every time I come on radio, we told our people, do not go here with this, don't go here with that, don't go here with this. But you know, some of the infiltrators, they still disobey. You saw what they did in Abuja. There are certain things we say don't do, and that thing they did. Some of them, few of them that came there, what they did is what led to the arrest of one of them. And it is very bad. I have many occasions called the Biafra land coordinator and give him instruction on anybody pertaining the IPOB leadership going to Abuja. I have on many occasions, on any court listen, I give him, but there are people they don't want to listen. They want to go there and cause more trouble for us, knowing quite well that our leader is about to be released. They want to create a scenario, but we are not going to let them. We are not going to let them. And we are asking anybody, 26th of August, 26th of May, our leader will be coming back to court, and we are expecting nothing than total victory. Listening to the instructions that are being marshaled out on the radio Biafra when you are going to Abuja. Do not go with your own gang. We are under command and control. If we are not under command and control, we will not get to this stage. Every one of you know that we have been blackmailed. There is all kind of things said against IPOB leadership and its followers and IPOB members. But those hardcore have remained. Those voices on Radio Biafra have remained, consistently defending this cause, consistently defending the rights of our people, consistently defending the freedom for the restoration of Biafra. We do not want anybody who will jeopardize it. If you jeopardize it, that is your own cup of tea. You will carry the blame. We are not going to be blamed for your misfortunes or for your stupidity. That is all I have to say, Mazi.
All right,
Thank
Mazi,
you so much.
before I let you go, this is going to be the last one. It's going to be a very heavy punch, and it must be below the belt. Let's talk BBC right now. Mazi, before I ask you the question, I want to ask you this one. Why are you not suing BBC? Why are IPOB not taking BBC to The Hague? I will tell you why. Listen to me and pay close attention. Wait. Mazi, wait. I'm going to give you a chance. I want to tell you why I ask you this question. Now, the name Frederick Forsyth, I'm sure it rang a bell. He worked for BBC. He was right here in Biafra 50 years ago. BBC was here. Listen to this. He said, I arrived in the Biafran capital of Enugu on the 3rd day of the war. In London, I had been briefed by General Watros, head of BBC West African Service. What I did not know was that he was the obedient servant of the Government of Commonwealth Relation Officer, which believe every word of his High Commissioner in Lagos. Now, David Hunt, it took 2 days in Enugu to realize that everything I had been briefed was garbage. Now, listen to this. I have been briefed that the brilliant Nigerian army would suppress the rebellious in 2 weeks. Doesn't that make BBC an accomplice? And today, because you people kept quiet, BBC have the audacity to come to rewrite history. I ask you again, Mazi Chinasa Nworu, IPOB, DOS. Why are you not taking BBC to The Hague? Please go ahead. You have lawyers that you are paying. Why are they not suing BBC? I need an answer, Mazi Chinasa.
Mazi, thank you so much for this question. I will tell you something. You know, after the war, our people, you know, many things went wrong. Our people, whether we like it or not, our people feel defeated. Nobody even make any move. There were no voice. Since after the war, our people have never gotten any voice. This is the first time we are having a voice. That is the Radio Biafra. Now, all this while, I cannot tell you that IPOB in UK are not doing, they went on protest on the other day and they issued them a petition, a very serious one. We have launched a campaign we are already consulting the legal aspect of it, what we can do to BBC. We are already doing that, which we are not going to make it open. We are looking at the chances of taking, let me tell you something, Mazi. BBC have done this thing to our fathers, to our uncles.
Absolutely.
BBC brought their cameras to Biafra land and witnessed one of the
genocide,
most horrible genocide,
and kept quiet. They hid it.
This planet. BBC brought their cameras and they have everything. They knew everything that happened to our people. But they failed to understand that those seed that were killed in 1967 and 70, they have reincarnated again. And this generation of Biafrans, IPOB in particular, we are out for BBC. We must not allow BBC to rewrite our history any longer. They should know that. And they have seen the handwriting on the wall. One thing is this, we will remind BBC, which we are always saying, BBC, if they have forgotten, or if they don't know, or if they claim, if our fathers do not know, we indigenous people of Biafra, we know that it is an international crime for any media house to carry a war media propaganda against victims of state terror. We know that. And BBC is supposed to know that this generation, we know the act, what they did in 1967 to 70, and we are not going to allow them to happen again. Now, the IPOB leadership have already set up some plans on how to tackle the BBC. We have gone for protest. There will be continuous protests in BBC headquarters. There will be, even said, if need be, we are going to build our tent. If need be, we are going to build a tent in front of and get a permanent stay in front of BBC. And we will protest from time to time. Some people will live in front of BBC so that they will understand how serious we are. If we are going to set up even if we got the power or got the permission, we will set up a permanent protesting site in front of BBC so that they will know how radical, they will know how we feel because of the role they play against our people. We are not leaving BBC. We are not leaving. If they have done, the people who have done it before have gone free, those who are present, if they don't change their ways, I'm telling you, Mazi, they will never find it easy with the indigenous people.
Mazi Chinasa, let me hold on, Mazi Chinasa. Hold on. Mazi Chinasa, hold on.
We will teach them that we are not so-called.
Mazi Chinasa, hold on. Now I'm talking to you as a lawyer, because somebody who have few months to actually become a lawyer is almost a lawyer, if I may put it that way.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you this. Do you know that the video or documentary that BBC did amounts to a call for genocide against 70 million people? Are you aware of that?
Mazi, I am aware of that because it is the same BBC that instigated the killing and the genocide of the Biafran people. It is also the reporting of BBC that the 1966 coup was an Igbo orchestrated coup that led to the genocide of 1967 to 1970. That's what I'm telling you. BBC instigated it. It is a crime. It is a crime in international court for any group, and that is what they want to repeat again. That is why they did this documentary, and we are not going to allow this thing to see the sun of the day.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chinasa. Now, before I let you go, I want you to give us your parting shots. What do you want to tell Biafrans and lovers of freedom all around the world before we put a curtain down on today's constructive argument on Radio Biafra? Over to you, Mazi Chinedu.
Mazi Kechiko, thank you so much. It is an honor to be here. And I want to tell my fellow Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, friends and followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that there is one thing. They said, if a man you have nothing to fight for, you are not worth living. We have decided to fight for the restoration of Biafra. We know all these things will come. I mean, challenges. We might not say that we know exact challenge that will come, but we know in this journey it's not going to be easy. I used to tell some of my colleagues, or sometimes I tell them, I said, Polo Yes. Yes. Because had he told us, most of us will not embark on this journey. But that is what life is all about. Do you understand me? Had it been we know that we are going to go through all these things, maybe many people will not be here. But we know he is leading us to freedom. And freedom, it is not something you can just take it on a platter of gold. Freedom is something that you have to take by force. And I'm calling Biafrans, irrespective of their blackmail, irrespective of the infiltrators, irrespective of their agent provocateurs, irrespective of all the conspiracies, I am asking Biafrans and all the hardcore IPOB members to remain steadfast. We are always a winner. We have never gone into any battle and we lose that battle. They have blackmailed us all they can, and we are equal to the tax. Thanks to IPOB media warriors, thanks to IPOB media in general, from the radio to the online bloggers, I thank every one of you. We must continue this assignment. And I thank all our men in the bushes. I thank all the IPOB family members who have remained steadfast, who did not allow themselves to be washed or brainwashed to leave this movement for criminals and infiltrators. And I'm asking every one of you, the IPOB leadership, all those who have supported us during all this period, or almost 10 months that we have gone into this fight, many people never believe we will come this far. Many people never believe that we are going to come out victorious. But we know confidently, because of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have impacted in every one of us, we know we are fit, we are capable, and we can deliver his promises to the Biafran people, irrespective of any challenges that comes our way. And therefore, I call all Biafrans, it is time. It is not yet over. The battle is not yet over. But put in your mind that we are getting to that freedom. We are getting to that freedom. Do not backslide. Who believes that by now that IPOB will be here? Because their plan was in 2 months' time, 3 months' time that IPOB is gone. That was how all they were boasting on the social media. That was all how they have come. And I thank every one of you who have supported IPOB. I know not everybody is IPOB, but we have millions of supporters. We have supporters even in Asorok. In the presidency, we have people who are supporting IPOB, who are supporting this cause. In any part of the world, even in the military, even some Fulani people are supporting this cause. Many Fulani people are supporting this cause. Men of goodwill are supporting this cause. One thing I'm telling you, we are not alone. People have heard, the world have heard our cry, and we will continue to cry until we get what we want. We must continue to march until Biafra is restored. Nobody should surrender. Nobody should give up. Nobody should ask, said, when are we going there? We are getting there very soon. Put in your mind that whatever we have passed through have sharpened our understanding in the freedom, in the quest for freedom, and we are not going to disappoint our people. We are not going to let go until Biafra is restored. Mazi Kechukwu, thank you so much. Biafrans, my name remains Mazi Chinedu. Mazi Chinedu served the indigenous people of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State,
Please don't go yet. Don't go yet. I just remembered something. Now, the phone call and tweet against BBC. Can you please talk to our people more about it? Because everybody is expected to call BBC. They need to get the flyer. Please help me and talk to Biafrans about that. Go ahead.
Mazi, for the BBC Twitter and the telephone campaign launched by IPO Biafrans, what we are saying is this: the flyer is out. It is being circulated on social media. As we believe that we can, maybe we know there are powers, or there are people also in the BBC who are keeping our issues. They are pressing it down. They don't want the world. Or other British people, like our leader normally says, he said British people are good people. So we want to touch the conscience of the British people. Mazi, I will tell you one thing. I will make it. There is, after the BBC released that program,
yes,
after they released that documentary, there is a reporter, he said he confronted one of the BBC reporters, say how can they release this kind of program, knowing quite well that this program, the informations and all the things here are incorrect. He said it is not in their powers, that these things are from the powers above, that they are not even allowed to write anything against Nigerian government or against the atrocities of the Nigerian military, that most times when they write any conflicting stories, the ambassador, Katrina Lang, will give them a call and warn them not to write anything against. So we believe most times they control them in Nigeria. So let us take this thing ahead to their domain, their headquarters. We go there and present, and we want our people to call them. If you do not get them online, they have a complaint section on their www.bbc.co.uk/complaint. You can also send your complaint, ask them these questions. They may ask you to wait, because I have gotten testimonies from people who say that they asked them to wait, and they transferred them to somebody who took all their complaints and told them your complaints are well noted. We encourage people. Some people say they call, maybe it is a boot, it hang them, just continue to wait. If you feel you did not get them on telephone, you can send them an email, because we have people who have reported that they send them email and they gave them a response. So this campaign will last till July. Every day. After this, we are also taking other steps that we are not going to make public. We are taking those steps, internationally. But we have to continue doing this. When we finish this, if there is any other program the leadership will bring out on the media aspect, we will also make it public. But for now, we want every Biafran, all the lovers of freedom, who understood what we are passing through and who can agree with us that the fake documentary that BBC released is to blackmail IPOB people, is to use it as a weapon to tag IPOB as terrorists in diaspora. We ask everybody, every Biafran and every peace-loving freedom fighter to call BBC and ask them those questions that we have specified on the flyer. And please, when you are calling them, make your questions and make your discussions more politely so they can understand what you are saying. Thank you, Mazi Kechuku.
Mazi Chinasa, I told my listeners and Biafrans around the world that I've known Mazi Chinasa Woru for a couple of years. Malaura Chinasa na church hane Joji Amagim. Only one ogologo and we give my idea. And people think I'm telling lies. These are the wonders of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the 7 wonders of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Bringing people who does not even know what each other look like, and yet they work together.
Mazi, I cannot hear you very well. Come again.
All right. I say that these are the 7 wonders of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, bringing people who doesn't even know what the other person look like, and yet they can work together. And then people will have the audacity to say, Unu ne-eri-ego. Mazi Chinasa, can I do a deal with you if I don't know what you look like?
Mazi Kechuku, one thing I realized in IPOB, this was something that I've never done in our lives. You know, before we believe somebody you don't see, you cannot trust.
Absolutely.
But IPOB have made it very, very clear that many of us can deal millions, do you understand me, of activities, even transact funds.
Absolutely.
As long as you are IPOB.
Absolutely.
Mazi, we have known for many years, when you're in South Africa, you moved to Israel.
Yes.
You helped and set up the Israel IPOB Middle East Radio. Do you understand me? You started a good work which is still there. We haven't met. We haven't even seen. You understand me? We do have meeting maybe on radio once in a while. We don't know, but we believe.
Absolutely.
You will hear the sincerity of people from the voice of their mouth. I have worked with Mazi Former from 2015 till date. I have worked with Mazi, all of us, we have worked all together. Most of us have not come together, but most of us have met each other also in one way or the other.
So Mazi, so how are you guys sharing money if you don't know each other?
And the spirit of Biafra in us will never allow us.
Unbelievable.
Mazi, when people said
unbelievable.
Mazi, you are okay. You know what our people don't understand is that most of us, as long as we are contented with what we have, that's what matters so much. You don't need to pay me money for me to do anything, and I will never give any money to anybody for him to do something for Biafra, unless maybe if it is assignment, like they say we give data. Yes, if we have any Biafran that need data to be on social media, we will give to you. There is no crime against that one. But say you pay somebody, and we do it in a channel, they should know. We give it as a channel. There is somebody in charge. They will give the little token, say put recharge card. It is not cash. We don't give cash. It is put a recharge card for this person to be able to do his work. Mazi, I appreciate you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate all of you who
Thank you very much, Mazi.
We don't need to ourselves. We don't need to know ourselves before we deliver this cause. But I believe we will see ourselves
in
soon,
Biafra land.
Biafra is close.
Thank you very much. All right, there you have it. That was Mazi Sanwo-Olu, of course, hitting below the belt. It is constructive argument on Radio Biafra. It is our first show. It is our first segment and our first guest. Trust me when I tell you, next week we will be having a legal person, because we will be talking legal matters here on Constructive Argument. My name is Mazi Ikechukwu, playing the devil's advocate this evening. Goodbye and God bless Biafra.
This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Ikechukwu. Bring your argument and we've got the solution. Constructive Argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered. This is Constructive Argument on Radio Biafra with Mazi Ikechukwu. Bring your argument and we've got the solution. Constructive Argument. We hit below the belt. Radio Biafra. We've got you covered.
We are your friends.
Announcement. There will be 7 days fasting and prayer for IPOB/Biafrans worldwide from Wednesday, the 11th day of May to Tuesday, the 17th day of May 2022. Theme: Enemy cannot decide the fate of God's children. The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 24. These prayer points and all the categories are all available in all IPOB platforms. So get there and choose the category that is perfect for you. Let us pray. Who we trust will grant us our heart desires, which is total freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra soonest. This message was prepared by Evangelist Ozako Agnes Nwokike, Pastor Frederick Clement Nwohia, Pastor Chris Wise, Reverend Owen Ebubechukwu, signed by Mazi Oscar Okeke, head of IPOB Religious Affairs Committee, Omochineke. Let us pray and Chukwu Okike Abiama will answer.
Adoration forever. Almighty Nnamdi to you, Baba. All the glory.
This is my home, and I'm home to stay. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow.
We will be the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, worldwide, under the leadership of Okenwa Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They bring una this informate. Everybody, including human being, minus human animals, clean your ear very well for this important informate. On 27th April 2022, IPOB they enforce the ban on Fulani cow and everything Fulani by fire by force. By this informate, no Ochin Nama and Nama go waka waka for any road or bush in Biafra land, or cow parade, or cross country, whatever it be, catwalk, fashion parade of Nama, jogging and exhibition, sightseeing or excursion, and no more entering of Fulani cows into Biafra land, either by direct or indirect, crook or crooked way again. From 27th of April 2022, any Fulani cow we see in Biafra land don't become a foreigner, illegal immigrant, an occupant, and a wanderer and contraband. Our people wade into cow business, we don't switch over to our native cow and goat business. Must have ranches, while every ranch must get their ranch identification, initial recognition for easy identification of ranch and location. With the coming of these Fulani caused cows and their Ochin Nama, they use the opportunity to flood their jihadist foot soldiers into our land, who occupy our bushes, rape and kill our mothers and sisters, destroy our farmlands, bans, desecrate our lands, pollute our drinking waters. My brother, which one I go count now? Therefore, to this Fulani come in our land, we say enough is enough. Once again, we say enough is enough to our people using 3 trillion naira to chopulate only Fulani cost cow every year. When no they add any value to our land, only destroy everything. Destroy our economy, destroy our lifestyle, destroy everything about us. You know they understand. From 27th April 2022, any Fulani cow, either by cow jailbreak, misroute or misroad, go face the judgment of the spirits of the land. Make you help us and help yourself to stop this Fulani defilement of our land with their unclean, abominable and defiled cow. If they go destroy liquor for naught, say it no good. My brother, Fulani and their cow now the baddest resident evil in our land of Biafra, and we must checkmate them and stop them before they stop you. Bros, you know the shame? Say person wey hate you like shit, they give you food and you dey chop late. Abi no be poison and death to dey chop when Fulani cow never come wetin you dey eat as meat? Dem born you born Fulani cow or una be twins? Since you start dey chopulate every Fulani cursed animalistic animal, check your health and yourself. You don comot for human being, behave like animal, and your face and everything change, resemble Fulani cow for character, and you dey very disruptive against your people like the Fulani cows. From 27th of April, our special cow ban enforcement task force go do the needful, monitoring, supervising and documenting all ranches in Biafra land. Use your hand to comot monkey handle before it turns to human being. No forget, e go dey play o, and this one go dey show. No be only audio. Our word is our bond, no going back. This one no be witch hunt, but na to cleanse our land and set it in order. Now the indigenous people of Biafra, under the leadership of Applicative one of our land, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they bring on this message.
Freedom is coming tomorrow.
N'eziokwu, ọ na-abụ ofe jụọ oyi esitonu ya n'ọkụ ya ha gbara kpọmkwem abalị 27 nke ọnwa anọ n'afọ 2022 anyị nọ n'ime ya ka mmachibido nke nnama ndị Fulani ịbata na ịgagharị n'ala Biafra niile ga-akwaso igbodo ma kpụrụkwa ọkụ n'ọnụ. Ndị anyị na-akpa ehi Igbo, ewu maọbụ atụrụ ga-ahụ na ha ga-etinye ya n'ọgba ebe a na-azụ ehi atụrụ nke nwa bekee kpọrọ ranch n'asụsụ bekee. Ebe ọgba ọzụzụ ndị a niile ga-enwe akara ejirimara ebe ha nọ na onye nwe ha maka ngụkọ bụ ịgba. N'ihi nke a, ndị ọrụ nchọta wike pụrụ iche ga-ahụ na mmachibido a nwere isi ga-amalite ọrụ na-egbughị oge. Ma ị bụ gọvanọ, sinetọ, eze, igwe, chifu na-akpa nnama n'aha ndị Fulani, ihe anyị chọrọ bụ ka anyị hazie obodo anyị, mekọta ihe niile, kpara anyị ehi Igbo, wetara anyị ehi Igbo tinye n'ọgba. Nke ahụ bụ nke anyị kpọmkwem. Ka anyị hazie ala Biafra, mekwana ya ka ọ dị mma, ka ọ dịghị n'uche na ịhazi ala Biafra ile mmadụ anya n'ihu adịghịkwa ya o. N'agbanyeghị na anyị na-eji ijeri kwuru ijeri naira ruru 3 trilion naira na-eji ata ma na-asụ adịghị ọcha ndị Fulani ha kpọrọ nnama n'ọnụ kwa afọ niile na-enweghịzi ihe ha na-etinye n'ala Biafra. Emechakwa ha ewere ego ahụ anyị kwụrụ ha na nnama were gaa zụrụ ngwa ọgụ ha ga-eji wakpo anyị. N'ime ya ha egbuo nne anyị, gbuo nwanne anyị nwaanyị, ebe ha kwasokwara ha iko n'ike, gbuo nne anyị, bibie ọba ji, ala ubi anyị na mkpụrụ akụkụ niile, tinyere mmiri ọṅụṅụ anyị ka ha metọkwara. Anyị abụrụzie kpọmkpokoro tọgbọrọ n'efu ebe ha na-ajụkwa anyị unu ga-eme gịnị? Hell, ihe asịgharị otu a ọrịlanụ mmanụ nụnụ. Onye nyụwakwanụrụ na-eji aka enyụgharị onwe ya. Ọbịa mere anyị chọrọ iji ohere a nyụgharịkwana onwe anyị nụnụnụ, maka na onye na-arachaghị ọnụ ya n'oge ụgụrụ eshepụ ọnụ ya nụnụnụ. Ya bụrụ na anyị ji aka anyị na-egbute ụtarị na-apịa anyị mgbe dum. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị nwe obodo na ndị nchịkọta na-ahụ maka ala Biafra bụ IPOB jiri sị mbanụ, o zuola, nke mere eme kpụrụ ekete, ọzọ emekwala. N'ihi ya, na 27 nke ọnwa anọ n'afọ 2022 a anyị nọ n'ime ya ka nwada ga-afụ ahịa nkwa. Malite na 27 nke ọnwa anọ n'afọ a bụ 2022, nnam ọbụla ahụrụ n'ezi maọbụ n'ọhịa na-akpagharị na-anọghị n'ebe ọzụzụ ya, maọbụ ehi maọbụ atụrụ maọbụ ewu, ga-abụ ihe eji achụrụ ndị ichie aja ma tojuokwa ala. N'ihi na nnama ndị Fulani ajọka na njọ, ma ehi anyị bụ na surugede ewere mpi ya ṅụọ mmanya, ewere ọdụ ya kpaa nganga. Ka ọ dịkwa gị n'uche na agaghị eji nnama ndị Fulani mee ọfala, mee elimozu, mee ịgba nkwụ, nye onyinye. Ihe anyị kwuru n'ụbọchị Eke ka anyị kwukwara n'ụbọchị Orie, kwuokwa ya na nkwukwu ukwu, kwukwa ya na nkwọ nta. Ntị naanị ihe aha ka okpokoroba. Onye ọbụla dọrọkwa n'aka na ntị o, na ebe nwata na-ebe akwa na-arụ aka, ma ọ bụrụ na isi nne ya egbu anọ ya, isi nna ya ga-anọ ya. Nnama anyị na-ajụ na ntị, na-atapịa, raa ụvụrụ ya, mee ihe niile taa nkwọbi. Chai, ịhụnanụ ka o dowara anyị na otu ihu anyị niile ji dịka ihu nnama. Onye ọbụla na-akpazi agwa ka nnama, obere ihe gị sọ mmadụ mpi, obere ihe iwe ewe gị. Ka anyị lọtakwanụ na ejiri mara anyị. Eji na ụdara nwanne atụnyere nwa ose, ehi Igbo, ewu Igbo ka anyị chọrọ. ọ bụrụ na ịbụ onye atamata dị n'ọnụ too much, ịbụ tapias and lopias, ṅụpias na ihe niile, ngwanụ baa ihe ga-egbuwa azụ na mmiri, zụnwa ọkụkọ Igbo, gbawa nkwo chewa n'ime mmiri futawe ya, n'ihi na mgbe rice na-adịghị anyị alaghị eri mkpụrụ chi ewu. Anyị agwakwala gị, Fero ha na-amaghị Joseph gakwa ịbata n'ọgbọ. Onye sikwanụ na ngụ adịghị ire, nwanne were n'aka gị gbaa onwe gị oso, mara otu ofe ya dị, marakwa n'otu ngụ ga-adị n'anya gị. Ozi a si n'aka ndị nwe obodo na ndị na-ahazi obodo n'okpuru onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, oke nwa nke izizi n'ala ọwụwa anyanwụ na-abịara unu. Osisi hara ọnụ anaghị akụgbukwa mmadụ ọnụrụ ka n'ihu.
Get it online on your mobile. This is IPOB Community Radio, Radio Biafra, the first and the last.
Before you, proud to be a servant of such a heroic people. Today I stand before you to proclaim that our heroic youth in the various fronts have turned the tide of this war. They have smashed all enemy offensives directed at our destruction. In the air, they have destroyed systematically the sinews of Nigeria's military might. The Biafran Air Force, small as it is, has stopped the entire oil flow of Nigeria from the mainland world. All protestations to the contrary by the British Broadcasting Corporation and Harold Wilson are mere wishful thinking. Our gallant boys are men tempered of steel. They have wrested the initiative from the Gawan enemy, and the Nigerian hordes are in trepidation and on the point of rout. The confusion of the enemy in the battlefields is only matched by the confusion in his home. Fight on, brave boys, fight on, heroes of our fatherland. Pursue the enemy, harass him, destroy the invader. March on, brave boys, now that victory is in sight. March on and hasten the disintegration of the enemy already set in motion. March on, young...
Great Biafrans, wonderful people and beautiful people, lend me your ears. Buried for 50 years, Britain and BBC shameful role in the Biafran war. 1 million children starved to death. Women raped, mothers, pregnant women cut up, and the babies taken out and slaughtered right before BBC camera lens, the British corporation BBC. And today, BBC is trying to rewrite history. BBC is trying to make the victim the villain. And therefore, we Biafran, under the leadership of our Supreme Commander, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are taking the war to the British corporation doorstep. Biafra worldwide phone call and Twitter campaign against British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC,
Starting date, the 19th day of May to the 3rd of June 2022. Now listen, be polite and use the following prompt when you call the British Broadcasting Corporation. Hello, my name is, you give them your name. I am calling to ask about BBC policy of propaganda against the victims of genocide. Listen and pay close attention. Number one, why is BBC always twisting facts and covering up genocide by Fulanis in Nigeria? Number two, when will BBC make a documentary about the current Fulani genocidal killing in Nigeria? Number three, why is BBC shamelessly investigating the victims and not the perpetrators? Number four, why is BBC broadcasting a fake documentary to intimidate the victims of genocide? And number five, BBC and UK government, stop your shameless policy of plundering and slaughtering Biafrans. Stop the killings. Stop lying about us and leave us alone. Now, listen, very important. The time to call the British Broadcasting Corporation will be from 9 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. Biafra time. Now, these are the numbers to call. Pay close attention. BBC switchboard is +44 208 743 8000. I repeat, BBC switchboard +44 20 874 38,000. You must call and you need to deliver the message. All right. You also can call BBC News. You can tweet them at BBC News. I repeat, BBC News. You can also call the BBC customer service number, and the number is +44 3700 100 342. BBC customer service number again, I repeat, +443 700 100 342. Or you can also tweet at BBC Press. I repeat, FBBC Press. Or you can also call BBC Studios Limited. The number is +442 08 433 2000. And finally, you can also tweet at BBC Africa. I repeat, at BBC Africa. Biafrans, we shall vanquish. By the grace and mercies of Elohim, we shall vanquish. BBC, stop the intimidation. BBC, apologize to the real victim of genocide, the Biafran people. We shall vanquish. All right, good evening, great Biafrans, wonderful people and beautiful people. I don't want to waste our time any much longer because this evening I came out gun blazing, and of course I came out to give it to BBC just the way it is. Now let me tell you, you can stop me from every other thing, but there is something you cannot stop me from. And I'm going to tell you right there in your face. You cannot stop my freedom of expression. You cannot stop me from speaking as a human being, because freedom of expression is alienable. Freedom of expression is my own God-given fundamental human right. The game that BBC is playing is to silence us IPObians. Of course, they are trying. My goodness me. I'm already what I want to do. But that's just how I feel this evening. But let me be low. Let me mellow down. Now the spirit of a prophet is under the prophet. You should be able to control yourself at any given time. I am going to preach this evening. I bet you I am going to preach. And in case if you know BBC, please invite BBC. Tell them that Mazi Ikechukwu is going to preach. If they like, they can call me media warrior or social media. It does not matter whatever they call me, whichever warriors they like, they can call me. The bottom line is that I want Biafra. The bottom line is that I'm going home. And this evening I'm going to tell Britain. I am going to tell Britain right in their face. My goodness me. An accomplice of genocide, calling his victims killers. An accomplice of genocide, calling his victims killers. Because Britain believe, and their BBC, which is their lapdog, believe that we suffer from memory loss. That we have forgotten what they have done to us as a people. We have forgotten the millions they have killed and murdered in Biafra land. The genocide that the whole world wants to forget about. And today, BBC have the audacity, BBC have the guts to come and speak of IPOB and IPOB warriors as a killers. Can you believe that we are inciting hate speech? Who is the master of hate speech if it is not Britain and their lapdog BBC? And this evening, I want this broadcast to go far and near. I want BBC to hear this right there in the United Kingdom. Unbelievable. It is a question of the clay calling the pot black. A question of the clay calling the pot black. You came, you supervised the killing of my people. You came 50 years ago. You supervised the starvation of our children. BBC, I'm talking to you. You were there in Nigeria. You were present. You supervised the murdering, the massacring of Biafrans. BBC, all you could do was taking pictures and video recording. That is why today we have images of the Civil War. Have you ever asked yourself, where is this all images and videos of the Civil War coming? Because BBC was right there watching the killings of Biafrans. BBC did not come as a media house to cover the war. No, they came because they were told that it's going to last only 2 weeks. That these black monkeys will be slaughtered in 2 weeks. So BBC came to document the slaughtering of these black animals from somewhere in West Africa under 2 weeks. And I'm going to prove that to you because I have an eyewitness evidence. One of them who was also here in the zoo when we are being slaughtered. But you know why it's in with Nwabeke? They always like to come clean, especially when they are dying. They want to confess. And thank God that this man was able to tell us the truth, what happened. And look at BBC today. Have the audacity to call IPOB killers, to call our media warriors killers. An accomplice of genocide. An accomplice of genocide. Calling his victims killers. We are the ones who are supposed to be crying. We are the ones who are supposed to be nursing our injuries. It's not like the killing have stopped even today. But today, look at BBC. Look at BBC, the lapdog of Britain, calling IPOB terrorists and all this manner of names. But yet, these are the murderers. BBC are the murderers because you don't have to kill somebody for you to be a murderer. You can be an accomplice by watching the killing going on. Have you guys forgotten? I don't know, that video that went viral. It was a video of the Civil War where a young boy, I think it was in Calabar, he was tied hand and feet. And they were telling him to show them where the Biafrans are. And this small boy was crying, telling them he doesn't know anything about Biafra. And they shot him dead. They shot him dead. They murdered him right there. Did you ask yourself who was videoing? Who was recording the shooting? Who was recording the killing? It was BBC. And today the same BBC is coming out, having the audacity to tell you that IPOB are inciting violence. IPOB are inciting hate speech on social media. The same BBC that watch our children died of kwashoko. The same BBC that watch right before their own eyes. Watch our children being killed in millions, for goodness sake. BBC, you have no shame. You have no shame, and you have the audacity. You have the audacity because you think we have forgotten how you killed our fathers, how you killed our mothers, how you raped our women, how you cut open a pregnant woman, take out the baby, and the baby was slaughtered. All these things happen under the watch of Great Britain. All these things happen under the supervision and the lens of cameras of the evil BBC. And today, of heinous crime against humanity, an accomplice of genocide against my people, is calling us today killers. How does that work in this world? I ask you, how does it work? BBC was supposed to champion the pronunciation and the recognition of the genocide against Biafrans. BBC was supposed to, because BBC covered that war. BBC covered the civil war. Did they tell the story? No, they did not. They hid every document. What we know today is what we heard from our people, what we heard from our fathers. What we know today is some few things we heard from those who came clean. But the real heinous crime that happened in Enugu, the real heinous crime that happened in Onitsha, the crime that happened all around Biafra land, in Calabar, all the crime, the killing, the murdering, the slaughtering, the genocide, BBC hid them till today. I said BBC hid them today. Instead of BBC to be apologizing to the people of Biafra for the evil that their fathers did against us, the evil that their ancestors did against us, the evil that their country, Britain, did against us, yet BBC turn around. They want to spin it. BBC want to spin it. You hit somebody on the head and you start crying. You did the hitting. You hit somebody on the head, and you that hit somebody on the head is the one crying. How does that work? What gave BBC the audacity? What gave BBC the audacity to even pronounce the word Biafra? What gave BBC balance? Before BBC came to Biafra land to cover the war, they already know, they were briefed that it's going to last 2 weeks, and these people will be killed. BBC is not coming because they heard there is a war going on somewhere in West Africa. No, British ambassador in Lagos told them these people will die under 2 weeks, and I'm going to prove that to you. I am not just saying it, I have evidence to that effect. And that evidence is coming from a BBC broadcaster who was live and direct during the Civil War. And the same BBC have the audacity to come here and open their useless mouth. You know, BBC love to play this proxy game. So, no, it's not us that is saying it. It's not BBC that is saying it. But, no, okay, let me speak like them. No, it's not us that's saying it. It's your people. It's your people who saying it. Your people say you guys are violence. To hell with you, BBC, and your proxy game. The proxy game you have been playing, the day you gave the so-called independence to Nnamdi Azikiwe, a moron, and his useless colleagues. A useless independent. Britain never left our shores. Britain never left the shores of the so-called Nigeria from the day they gave the independence till date. They are there in proxy, sucking the oil in proxy, sucking human blood in proxy, killing everybody in proxy, determining, deciding what will happen and what will not happen. Before Fulani Janjaweed does anything, they need to get confirmation from Britain. The British High Commissioner in Lagos, in Abuja, they are not there because of the normal diplomatic way you do things, where you have embassies around the world. No, they are there. They are there representing the interest of Her Majesty the Queen, dishing out orders, dishing out instructions. Excuse me, somebody is interrupting this flow. I am upset. I am upset, disgusted by this BBC. BBC, I don't know what you think. I don't know if you look at we Biafrans, you think that we are, I don't know how you view us. I don't know how BBC view us. Maybe you were told by your fathers. Maybe you were told by your fathers that these people are just Rachel black people. You can talk to them anyhow. You can deal with them anyhow. There is no ramification. There is no consequences. Lie. They told you a big lie. The Biafrans you see today, BBC and Britain, we will match you hand to hand. We will match you leg to leg. Because if you could not kill our fathers under 2 weeks, as you guys previously planned, what makes you think that you can accomplish that today? If you people did not remove us from the surface of the earth, like you guys planned in 1967 till 1970, you couldn't succeed. I mean, when the world was blind, when the world was underneath, you think you can accomplish that today, Britain? I'm asking you, using your lapdog called BBC. It ain't gonna happen, because this generation of Biafras, we know our rights. We know that that which is good for the Ganda is also good for the Gandhi. That right that the British children enjoy in London, that right that the British children enjoy in Edinburgh, that right that the British children enjoy all over the United Kingdom, the same right is the same right that we are due for, and we must enjoy it too, because every man is equal before the eyes of the law. This white sheet and black sheet does not come into picture. We are all one people, one human being. So take away your white supremacy and put it where the sun does not shine. Enough is enough of this British rubbish. I tell you, if your fathers did it to our fathers, we said, no, you ain't gonna do it to us. We know what is due for us, and we're gonna have it. Biafra is what is due for us. Biafra is our own. Biafra is an inheritance bequeathed to us from generation to generation, and we gonna have it. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. In this generation, and I'm not talking in the next generation, I'm not talking in the next century, I'm talking in this generation, we are going to have Biafra. You think when we say that we are fighting for Biafra non-violently, you think we're stupid. We are not stupid, because we are educated. We understand the law. We understand how we should do it, and we are doing it right, and we are getting it right. So if you like, you can cook up all those false information, false infiltration, getting information from people who are disgruntled, people who could not push the freedom fighting, and now they have become your spies. Now they have become your informer, giving you false information, and you run to the media and begin to spread lies, which you cannot substantiate. I want to tell you, you cannot stop us from speaking our minds. You cannot stop us when people come to take what belongs to us and we keep quiet. It ain't gonna happen. If you want to be fair as a media outfit, BBC, listen to me. If you want to be fair, I need you to go look up what is called investigative journalism. BBC, I say, go look up what is called investigative journalism. Before you open your mouth and spread lies, I mean, a media outfit like BBC, you are too big to tell lies. You are too big to spread false information. You are too big, because BBC is older than me. I say BBC is older than me, probably older than my father. So you are too old, BBC, to spread lies. Before you publish any information about an indigenous people, we're talking 70 million and counting people. You cannot lie against 70 million people, because the agenda that BBC is pushing was the same agenda that their fathers pushed 50 or 60 years ago that brought about the genocide of our people. And you are pushing the same agenda today. You're telling people lies. IPOB is spreading war drum or beating war drums or whatever you call it. IPOBs that we are spreading hate speech, blah, 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 blah. So that the Nigerian government will push their army into our land and start the killing, which you, BBC and Britain, is supervising till today. Because that woman, that short midget you left in Lagos or you left in Abuja, whatever the hell she is, she has no business being there. She don't do any work. Her job is to dish out instruction. She liaises with the queen, she liaises with the crown, and she passes it over to APC, useless Janjaweed government, and they will do as they are told. Have you ever seen where a high commission begin to tour a country, go from city to city? For what? For what? Only in the zoo. Only in the zoo. British High Commission travel around the zoo like they are the mayor of Nigeria. They travel around like they are the governor of Nigeria. They can even go to your town chief and visit a high commissioner. They have a boundary. They have a boundary. Their job in the zoo called Nigeria must be an oversight job. It's an oversight. It's not active, it's oversight. What do I mean by oversight? The job of British High Commissioner in Nigeria is to gather information. Whatever event that is happening, anything that will threaten the interests of British government, to gather information that's happening in the zoo. Once she gathers that information, she will send it back to her government in the United Kingdom. Her job is not to go about giving instruction, dishing out orders to a sovereign state called Nigeria, how to run their country, or what to do, or who to kill, or who not to kill. But that is what Katrina Line is doing in Nigeria. She is now the president of Nigeria, Katrina Line. That's what she's doing. She is the one who decides what goes and what doesn't go. She tells Buhari the way it will go. She goes to Onitsha, she speaks to Igwe Achebe. She tells Igwe Achebe what should happen or what shouldn't happen. They will decide who will rule Anambra State or who will not. This is what Britain is doing in the zoo called Nigeria. Ruling the zoo, recolonizing that zoo again, right before your own very eyes. But of course, you don't see it as anything wrong. Don't you know that before anybody becomes the president of the zoo, Britain have to rubber stamp it? Do you know that? This whole thing of Igbo presidency, don't you know that Britain has something to do with it? This whole thing of Igbo presidency, you people are busy fighting Buhari, the APC and whatever. But you don't know that Britain has everything to do with it. Britain doesn't want an Igbo man in Asorok. Never, ever, and it's not going to happen. Not anytime soon. And that is why you people must go get your own country. You people must go get your own country and leave Nigeria for the Fulanese. Nigeria belongs to the Fulanese. They are only giving some to the Yorubas. They only give some to Yorubas. But Nigeria belongs to the Fulanese. Whether you accept it or not, all this sort of jumping up and down, Igbo presidency, Igbo this, you are wasting your time, because a Fulani man cannot take any decision concerning Nigeria without getting a rubber stamp from Katrina Line. They cannot. They have to get an approval from British High Commission before they can approve anything to happen in the zoo. And Igbo presidency is not in that rubber stamp. If you look at Katrina Line rubber stamp, there is nothing that says Igbo presidency. It is scratched out. So you people should stop wasting your time. My goodness me. Good evening, great Biafrans. Wonderful people. Beautiful people. I have to offload. I was about to explode, but I thought I should offload first before I go into what I have today. Because when I say something, I need to back it up with evidence. If I don't back it up, then it becomes a hearsay. I could be sued. I could be called a fake news. But when I back it up with something that you can substantiate what I'm saying with, then it becomes facts and figures. And if you take it to the bank, it ain't gonna bounce. That I can assure you. But before I say anything further, we need to do the right thing. We need to pray. And then I will come back. And then I will finish this expose. Please don't go away. We'll be back. But before I do that, let me welcome you, Biafrans. I jumped protocol because Radio Biafra is unorthodox. We do things differently. We don't have a way of doing things. We can take number 3 and put it on number 1, and take number 1 and put it on number 3. That's how we roll, and you just have to bear with us. Good evening and welcome. Of course, my name is Mazi Today is the 13th day of May 2022, and the time standing here at 18:47 in the evening here in Johannesburg. Of course, it should be 47 minutes past 5 p.m. in Biafra land. That land they have been trying more than 60 years ago to destroy Otuawuneji. Biafra is indestructible. My goodness me. Omochuku. Omo Chineke. We are indestructible. Or whatever you call it. We cannot destroy us. You cannot. You cannot. There is something so phenomenal about us as a people. There is something about us. Take it forward, take it backwards. We are indestructible. We don't have money. It's just us. And you people have everything. You stole our oil, you make fortune out of our oil, and you use the proceed of that, our resources, to fight us, to kill us, but yet we are still breathing. The more, for goodness sake, BBC, speak to your patriarchs. BBC, speak to those who came before you. They tried and they failed. There is something about Biafrans. BBC, there is something about Biafrans. There is something about us. We are indestructible. They tried. They failed. With nothing, with our bare hands, we fought the might of Nigeria. We fought the might of Soviet Union. We fought the might of Egypt. We fought all of you put together. We fought Britain. And today, we are still standing. Doesn't that teach you a lesson that you need to know by now? To subdue us, we keep rising. We are like puff puff. We are like puff puff.
This is Motherland.
All right, of course, it is Motherland Radio Biafra. We are live, we are direct, and Chukwu Kikabiama, he is presiding over the affairs of his people. I am preaching on top of the voice of those who have preached this gospel, especially on this platform they call Radio Biafra. It is the first that the humanity will ever see, and it is the last humanity will ever see. That I can assure you. Trust me when I tell you. The mighty of them all are speaking on this platform. The likes of our supreme commander Chukwuemeka Chief Odimegwu Ojukwu and our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Should I forget Okokondem, the man that carried this radio and run all over the bushes, hiding and yet speaking. Omu Biafra moronanya nihi na onye ndiro gbara gburugburu na-eche ndụ ya nche. Those ways of Okokondem is re-echoing even in our own time. Nihi na ha kpọrọ anyị asị. They hate us without any reason, and they turn around and say that we are preaching hate speech. How can those who are hated be the haters? How can those who are hated for no good reason being the ones that are the carrier of hate speech? The same people that hate you are the same people that are turning around, calling us haters, calling us people who are drumming or hitting the drums of war just to instigate anarchy, just to instigate bloodshed among my people. When BBC is doing this, they know exactly what they are doing. I'm going to lay a few background before I go straight to what I have for you this evening, because I have a lot to say to BBC. If BBC think they are smart, they are not informed, because we know history. Our father told us everything, all the evil that you people, Britain, BBC, that you did unto them. We have not forgotten. All the things you are telling your children today, trust me, they will never forget. And the same way, via oral word, even though they hide or hid our history, we did not read them in school, but we were taught. It was passed from generation to generation. It was passed from ear to ear. It was passed via the words of mouth. Our fathers told us the evil that was done to us while BBC watched. Our mothers was raped. Why BBC watch? The pictures you see today is BBC watching while our mothers are being raped, and BBC will record or take pictures and go to England or London and put it in their museum, in the art museum. They will tell you this is Biafran war. The question is, what did you do as a journalist? I don't expect you to fight the soldiers. The least you could have done is to send the correct word, the accurate word, the truth, the whole truth and not the truth. Tell them that they are killing innocent people. Tell them that they are murdering children. Tell them they are starving children to death. That could have been the little BBC would have done, but BBC did not do that. BBC become the cameraman of the day. BBC was shooting movies instead of doing journalism. I know, and I must concede that the information that BBC have is coming from the same people who told you they are fighting for Biafra. And they felt the only way to destroy IPOB is to lie against 70 million people. Because, you know what's funny? They are fighting because the whole world knows us as IPOB. For goodness sake, open your dumb brain. IPOB simply means the indigenous people of Biafra, which includes you, Sabo. Sabo, it includes you. So you are not exonerating yourself away from that acronym, which is IPOB. It is an umbrella that unifies anybody who is a Biafran. Do you understand how you are shooting yourself in the foot and how you're killing yourself? Because of your hatred for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because of your hatred for IPOB, you go and give false information. Oh, IPOB, they are spreading lies on Facebook. IPOB, they are preaching hate speech. They are killers, blah, 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 because you hate IPOB so much. And you think that when the enemy receives that information from you, they will shake your hand and say, thank you very much. When they unleash the Janjaweed army, when they come into Biafra land, they will kill IPOB. They will kill you too. Do you see how stupid you are? They will kill all of you. As far as a Fulani man is concerned, all of you are Anyamri. I say all of you are Anyamri, both those who are preaching against IPOB, both those who are hating against IPOB, both those who are members of IPOB and those who are not members of IPOB. All of you are what? Anyamri, and every Anyamri must die, according to Fulani. And you don't know that. That is how stupid you are. I will show them. I'm going to destroy this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will show them. Hello, we are only representing 70 million people. It is not about me. It is not about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is about 70 million human beings that you are putting their life at jeopardy. That's how stupid we have become. A fight you have against IPOB is a fight against 70 million people. IPOB is the only name the whole world knows. When they talk about Biafra, they talk about IPOB. If you listen to them, each time they mention IPOB, they will say, fighting for the independence of Biafra. because you cannot separate the two. So what makes you think that when you sell out IPOB or sell false information about IPOB, that only those who are members of IPOB are going to be killed? You see how stupid you are? From then till now, the whole people who have died so far, to be honest with you, if you check very well, 60 or 70% of them might not even be IPOB members. They are just Biafrans. Do you understand what I'm saying? When they say to you, IPOB is proscribed, you don't get it. No, you did not get it. They are not saying that IPOB is proscribed. They are saying that 70 million indigenous people of Biafra are terrorists. Do you understand that? Reason with me tonight. Let us have lives. Put your hatred aside. Put your envy aside. Let's reason. Let's talk like human. You come out in the marketplace. You tell the whole village, my family has committed something evil. Your family. Are you not a member of that family? Do you see what I mean? You are selling out your family to the village, forgetting that you are still part of that family. Whatever evil befalls that family also befalls you. You cannot separate yourself away from your own family. So when you, as a Biafran, turn Sabo, begin to dish out lies, false information against IPOB, thinking, I'm going to destroy this IPOB. No, 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 no. You are destroying 70 million people. You are destroying a nation. You are destroying a genealogy that traces back to millions of years, uncountable. Make we get sense small. Somebody you sold your brother to can never trust you. Somebody you sold your brother to can never trust you. No, it's not possible. If I'm eating with you and I know that you just sold your brother to me, I'll be watching my back. Who knows you're not going to sell me too? Because if you have the audacity, the capacity, the heart to sell your own blood, your own flesh and blood, what about me, a stranger? That is why Fulani never trust you people. Fulani never trust you people. They don't even trust the zoo called Nigeria with an Igbo man's hand. They don't trust. They don't even trust their own country in the hand of an Igbo man. Let me use the word Igbo because we are all Igbos. They don't trust the zoo called Nigeria. And sometimes, I think they've got point. I say sometimes, I think they have point. Because the same Fulani has been watching your elders, your so-called elders, both Ohanes and Doshin and Dama, all these so-called thieves jumping up and down. They have been watching them. Money has been exchanging hands. They have been selling their youth to them, even body parts, everything. And they are killing their youth, elders. And then tomorrow, the same elders will come and say to a Fulani man, I want to rule this country. And you expect a Fulani man to trust you with his own children, his own youth, because he knows you can sell your children for body parts. They know you can kill your youth because of power. And you want to come and rule Nigeria. I'm telling you the real reason, the truth. Why Fulani man doesn't really want you to rule their country. Let me tell you the truth. It is not because of these people, these Igbos, they are this. No, forget it. That is beside the point. It might be one of the reasons. But the real reason is the same person you are selling your children to kill, the same person you are selling your youth to, are the same person you are asking, can you trust me with your own children? I don't know if you get what I mean. Because when you rule the zoo called Nigeria, as a president, if you're an Igbo man and you're ruling the zoo, you can make the call. You can say to soldiers, go to Kanu, go to Kafanchan, kill all the youth there. They are making troubles. Go to Castena, kill all the Alamajiris there. They are making trouble. That's what you're going to do. And they don't want you to do that. And they know you're going to do it because you have shown them that you cannot be trusted. You have done the same thing to your own children. Do you see why they keep on saying no Igbo presidency? They don't trust you. Your people are sellouts. It is in your blood to sell one of you. And you want a Fulani man to come and trust their country in your hand? All this time Buhari has been in power. Have you seen him send the soldiers to Sokoto? Have you seen Buhari send the soldiers to Castina, Daura? Have you seen him? There has been, uprising there. But have you seen him send the armies there? No! No, they will never. Not in a million years. Because they cherish family. They value family. They value bloodline. But you people don't know what is bloodline. No, you don't. You don't. You call yourself an elder. You call the army just because you've got power in your hands. A power that will last only for 4 years. I said only for 4 years. Sometimes 8 years, depending. You call the armies, and you know quite well that this army you are calling are the people that hate your race. This army you are calling are the people that hate your people. Whenever they come to your home, they want to rape, they want to kill, they want to burn. That's what they do. But you call them anyway. So are you expecting that when the army comes, they will call the Biafran youth together, put them aside and say, it's not going to happen. They will just shoot and kill all of them. But you call them and you want to be president of the zoo. I said you want to be president of the zoo. One of the reasons why you call the army on your youth is because you want to be the president of the zoo and you want to please the caliphate. Now the mistake you are making, the mistake all of you have made, the mistake you have made, Omahi, the mistake you have made, Obiano, the mistake you have made, all of you, Wike, the mistake you people have made is that you are showing the same person you want to give you presidency that you are heartless, that you have no feelings for family. You have shown the same person you want to give you presidency that you are heartless, you can kill your people at any time. Now, and you want that same person to trust you with their own children. To trust you with the life of their youth. It's not going to happen. Do you remember what happened during the time of Jonathan? I say, do you remember what happened during the time of Jonathan? When Jonathan sent the army to go and kill Boko Haram, all hell broke loose. Are you listening? When Jonathan sent the army to go and kill the Boko Haram, all hell broke loose. Jonathan was doing the right thing. Come on. He was killing terrorists. Mana, anya magina terrorists when a madu. Anya magina terrorists when a guinea when a madu. When he strike, the Fulani scream and say, hey, this Anyamiri is killing our youth. He must go. This Anyamiri is killing our youth. He must go. Are you listening? And that youth are terrorists. But Fulani said, no. These are our youth. These are our brothers. They are misguided. And you are killing them. Jonathan, you must go. And Jonathan left. That's why Jonathan left. Jonathan did not leave for any other thing but for one good reason. He is killing their terrorist brothers. And they don't want that. But now, here are you Igbo elders. Here are you Igbo governors. When I say Igbo, like I said, all of you are Igbo. If Nwike say he's not Igbo, I don't know where the hell he got that name, Nwike. I don't know where the hell or what the hell he's doing with Igbo name if he say he's not Igbo. Your children, they did nothing. Look at Obibo, massacre. And that is the reason why Wike is walking around like a headless chicken, like a mad cow in the name of presidency. That's why he slaughtered our people in Obibo. Those that were left, he lifted them to Ugwausa, especially the ladies, and got them repeated raped. And today, he is jumping from one community to another. He even came to your area, and you people welcomed him. That is how delusional most of you are. You welcome the same killer. And when Fulanis look at all this thing, they laugh. They say, hey, how? Kai, anyamri ba chao. Wallahi to lie, anyamri ba chao. And I agree with them, I concur. I said, I concur. Because if you sold your brother to me, I will never trust you. I will give it to Fulani for this one. I will give, wallahi, I will give this one to Fulanis. How can they trust you people? You kill your own and you expect them to give you the zoo to rule. You kill your own because of presidency. And now, the person you sold your brother to, turn around and look at you. Wallahi, because they cannot do the same thing. They cannot do the same to their own. Even if it's in the name of presidency, they cannot. Rather, they will find another way to go around it. And you waste our youth every day. We continue. BBC. BBC. Do you know how it feels? Do you know how it feels? Somebody just slapped you. Somebody just slapped you. And you are still thinking of what to do to that person that slapped you. The next thing you know, police are in your house. You are under arrest because you say to police, but what did I do? They said, no. That man said that you slapped him. And that was the man who slapped you. And you are arrested. Before you know it, you're in jail. Because you were slapped. And the person that slapped you now is claiming that he is the victim. That is what we are going in the House of Britain. And BBC, the lapdog at the moment. Unbelievable. An accomplice of genocide. Calling his victims killers. Biafra on my mind. Biafran genocide is an indictment and will continue to be an indictment on Britain and BBC, their lapdog. Now, don't take my word for it. Let's look at an eyewitness testimony. Somebody who was there. Like I said to you, before this imbecilic BBC left London to go and cover the Civil War, they are not coming there. You know, when there is a war, like it's happening now, CNN is in Ukraine, because they went there to cover the war. I'm sure other networks are there covering the war. That's what they went there to do. When BBC left London coming to Biafra land, they were not coming to cover war. Are you listening? They came to supervise the killing. They already know there will be killing. Are you listening? BBC already know there will be killing. There will be genocide against Biafrans. They were told, they were briefed. Like I said, don't take my word for it. Take the word of an eyewitness for it, because I'm going to spill the beans right now. BBC came with their cameras. BBC came with their night vision. BBC came with everything just to supervise the killing of Biafrans under 2 weeks, as they were told. Don't worry about it. It's only going to last for 2 weeks. And those black animals are going to be wiped away. That's what the briefing they got. That was the briefing they got. Only that they came, they were surprised and astounded that these so-called monkeys could resist and hold back for 3 years. Now, Frederick Forsyth, does that name ring a bell? Frederick Forsyth. I say, does the name Frederick Forsyth ring a bell? This is a man that God is going to bless. At least he was man enough. He was an honorable man to come clean and tell you the evil that Britain did. He came out clean. Like I said, a lot of things were hidden. A lot of things were hidden away from us, so that we will not never, ever know the truth. But you know one thing about the truth. It doesn't matter how much you hid the truth. It was eventually pop up. And today the truth are popping up from everywhere. And BBC and Britain should bury their head in shame for the evil that they have committed against defenseless Biafran women and children, the starvation. And when I say starvation, somebody will say to me, but then, what do you mean starvation? Did BBC starve our youth, or did they starve our children? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, because the power of media is great. The power of media is wonderful. All BBC could have done is to telegram the UK and say, listen, they are killing them. It is a genocide. People are starving. But they concealed all the information. That is why we were killed. Because there were economic blockade. There were media blockade. We were in blackout. The whole world doesn't know what's happening to us. We are cut off from the rest of the world. Why the killing is going on under the camera and lens of British Broadcasting Corporation. The same person who's coming now to call the victims the killers. Unbelievable. So let's talk to Frederick Forsyth and let's see what he knows about the evil called Britain and BBC, their lapdog. Frederick Forsyth wrote and said, buried for 50 years. I said it was a secret that was hidden for almost 50 years. But Frederick Forsyth said, you know what? I am not going to go to grave with this secret. I'm going to spill the bean. I'm going to speak the truth and shame the devil. He wrote and said, buried for 50 years, Britain's shameful role in the Biafran war. And I want you to get this correct. Whenever we say Britain, remember, there's no difference between Britain and BBC. They are the same people. It's just the same. Like I call them lapdog. BBC does the dirty job for their government, Britain. BBC is the most dangerous network you can ever come across. They lie, falsehood is the number one name. But they are the same people who will come out and tell you, no, fact check, this is wrong, this is false, it's not a fact, it is false. But they are the carrier of hate speech. They are the carrier of divide and rule. A kettle calling the clay pot black. How does that work in this world, I ask again. So Frederick Forsyth wrote and he said, buried for 50 years, Britain's shameful role in the Biafran war. Now, 1 million children starved to death. Are you listening? 1 million. He said 1 million, but we know it's more than that. 1 million children starved to death. A question for BBC. Where were you when 1 million Biafran children were starved to death? Were you not there? All those children we saw being served with, what do you call it? Gary, Gabon, or whatever. Who was covering that event? Wasn't it BBC? Wasn't it under your own lens and camera? You only released it now because of financial gain and financial purposes and award. You never released it because you cared. Because you should have released it then when it was happening. That is when it was needed. BBC, I'm asking you, why didn't you release those images? BBC, why didn't you release those images of millions of Biafran children naked, oh my God. Why didn't you release that video of Biafran children being starved to death? No, you did not. But it was happening right before your own lens, your camera lens. You were covering it. You hid it, and now you release it, and you want us to clap for you. But you only release it now for gain, because all those things, they have copyright. They have copyright because now it belongs to Britain. Our suffering now belongs to Britain. Our suffering now is yield the money for BBC. Our suffering belongs to BBC, I told you. If you go to their museum in London, you will see everything about us. Even the history about us that we don't know about. BBC have them in their archive. And you ask yourself, what the hell is our history doing in your archive? It is ours, but you have stolen it. It is now yours. And how do you pay us back? An accomplice calling the victim a killer. I think we must sue BBC. We must take BBC to court to come and answer for their war crime against Biafran people and defamation of character against IPOB. We need to do that. We need to look into it. We've got nothing to lose. We need to sue BBC. Enough is enough. Enough of this rubbish. We need to put an end to it. And I've come to realize one thing, that, whenever you say you're a peaceful freedom fighter, the world don't take you serious. Rather, they even make your woes, they increase your woes and suffering when you say you're a peaceful agitator. We've been agitating peacefully all these years. We did not carry a weapon, we have not shot anybody, but yet they still call us killers. And then you ask yourself a question, what's the need then? Why don't you just do it so that they can call you the name? I say, onye na-eri awọ, ya rie ka chinyere ya. Ka ọ ga-awa akpọ gori awọ, ga-eleji anya mee gịnị za. Gị iri awọ, ga-eri eke gbara agba. Ka ọ ga-awa gị kpọga awọ, ga-eme ori awọ, ga-eme gịnị ga-aza. Ọwụ gị awọ ọwụ iri gị. Ma a na-akpọkwa gị ori gịnị? Ori awọ. Don't you see you've lost all corners? Something to think about. 1 million children starved to death. And Frederick Forsyth said, I am haunted by the images I saw there. He saw it. He couldn't talk. He was warned not to talk about it. But he couldn't live with himself. He was haunted every night. He dreamed about it. He screamed in his dream until he said, I cannot. Enough is enough. I need to say what I saw. He said he saw 1 million children. Did you hear the word starved to death? They did not die of hunger, but they were starved to death. Meaning, purposely, food was taken away from them. Food was removed from them. They were denied nutrition to die. The worst death somebody can die. I want you to know how much they hate you, Britain and BBC, to supervise over such a killing, to supervise over such an inhumane, a crime against humanity, a crime against little children. Little children that came into the world and did nothing. Little children that know nothing. These children know nothing. You know what is happening in Ukraine? They will say, let there be ceasefire so that people, civilians can cross over. Then you guys can continue to fight. They never did that for us. We never went to any exile. We never went to any refugee country. They never allowed us to cross over to another country, even in Africa. Our children, our women, no, because they want to kill the next generation of Biafra, because they want to rape our mothers, they want to rape our women to give birth to rubbish. And that is why today we have infiltrators, those who come and tell you they're fighting for Biafra. But if you check very well, their fathers are Fulanis, because their mom were impregnated during the Biafran Civil War. I don't blame them, it's not their fault. But what they brought out now is what we are suffering. Those children that were born of Fulani's father, they are the ones that are actually dealing with us. Investigate all those people that are dealing with us without even thinking twice. They have Fulani fathers. And Fulani did it purposely to infiltrate us. And to do that, they need to enter our mothers and our sisters those days. So Frederick Forsyth said that the images he saw haunted him. And now listen to this. He said, and by the complicity of the Wilson government. And I say to Frederick Forsyth, not just Wilson government. I would like to put it this way. By the complicity of the Wilson government and BBC. The reason why you are a media person is to tell the truth. The reason why you are a media person is that whenever there is anything that is happening that is against humanity, that is against the law of nature, that is against human life, you must shout, you must scream. A media person is like a watchman on the rooftop. When he sees criminals coming, when he sees vandals coming, he screams on the top of his voice. But BBC was mute. Their cameras were talking for them. BBC were mute, but their cameras were talking to them as BBC supervised the starvation of 1 million Biafran children, and BBC did nothing. BBC come there to shoot movie. They did not come there to report as journalists, but they come to shoot movie. They come to watch black people die. They come to watch how these monkeys will be slaughtered in 2 weeks. He continues. It is a good thing to be proud of one's country, and I am. Most of the time, he said. But it will be possible to scan the centuries of Britain's history. Are you listening to what this man is saying? He is a British, an honest man. But it will be impossible to scan the centuries of Britain's history without coming across a few incidents that evoke not pride, but shame. Or what like a Britain? It is not today that Britain started their evil. Britain is an evil country. Or should I say their government. The most evil government on the planet Earth is Britain. The most evil government. Quote me, I said so. I said the most evil government on the planet Earth is Britain. And I'm not the one even saying it. You hear their citizens saying that he's ashamed of his own country, Britain, because of the things they are doing. Among those I will list are the creation by British officialdom in South Africa of the concentration camp to persecute the families of Boers. Are you listening? Are you listening to this? You know, there is no place you will talk about evil that happened on this earth we are in. Britain name will not crop up. The Britain name always crop up wherever things happen that are evil. Even in South Africa, they did some funny things here too. They are everywhere. Britain are everywhere doing evil in proxy. I said in proxy. They will never come out to own it. Even this little video they do, this little Hollywood movie they did about Biafra, they have to find even Biafran people, they sell out the sabos and put their voice. So that tomorrow, when you take them to court, they will say, but your people told us, it's not us. 60 years of evil. BBC, 60 years of committing evil against humanity. And nobody is judging you. And you have the audacity to call the victim the killers. Unbelievable. So we continue. So in South Africa, Britain perpetrated another evil when they gathered all the families of the Boers and put them in a concentration camp. Are you listening? But there is one truly distinguished policy practiced by our what does he call this? He says officialdom during the lifetime of anyone over 50 and one will suffice. Okay, now he wants to talk about Biafra. I want to see you how he described it. He said that yes, Britain performed a lot of evil around the world, but there is one that they did. My goodness me. He said, but there is one truly distinguished policy practiced by our officialdom during the lifetime of anyone over 50, and one would suffice: Biafra. This referred to the civil war in Nigeria that ended 50 years ago. This month, it stemmed from the decision of the people of the eastern region of the already riot-rat country to strike for independence as the Republic of Biafra. As I learned when I got there, are you listening? He was there in Biafra land. That is foresight. As I learned when I got there as a BBC correspondent, are you listening? BBC was in my land 60 years ago or 50 years ago. BBC was in Biafra land 50 years ago. They saw everything. There is nothing we're supposed to tell BBC about Biafra. As a matter of fact, if you go to London at the head office of the BBC, you will see the name of Biafra printed boldly on the floor of BBC. Why? Because they were there. So he said as he learned, because he was there in Biafran land. Now listen to this atrocity. Listen, I'm here to indict BBC and Britain for the evil and shameful thing they did in my country, which nobody wants to talk about, which gives BBC the audacity to turn around after committing genocide, after supervising genocide in my land, to look us in the eyes, the victim of those who were killed, and call us killers. You killed my fathers. You killed my brothers. You killed my friends and family. And you never apologized. You never even recognized it as genocide. Today, you, the killer, is turning around to call us killers. How does that work in this world, I ask again? The federal government in Lagos was brutal military dictatorship. Now, this is Forsyth saying this. It wasn't me. They were brutal, he said. Dictatorship that came to power in 1966 in a bloodbath. During and following that coup, the northern and western regions were swept by a program in which thousands of residents, Igbo, were slaughtered. He used the word slaughtered. Do you know what it means? He could have said to you, killed. But he said slaughtered. He's telling you genocide. I want you to read between the lines. because obviously we don't expect him to use the word genocide, because he might be banished in the Great Britain for calling the Biafran War a genocide. Something nobody have ever recognized except one man that I will forever, eternity, be grateful to. Benjamin Netanyahu. I don't give a damn what you say about him. He is the only man, only president, sitting president, who have opened his mouth and said that the war against Biafra was genocide, and the biggest after Israel. I was there in Israel when he made that speech. So he continued. He said that the people of the Igbo Biafran extract were slaughtered. The federal government lifted not a finger to help. It was led by an affable British educated colonel, Yakubu Gowon, but he was a puppet. The true rulers were a group of northern Nigeria colonels. The crisis deepened, and in early 1967, eastern Nigeria, harboring about 1.8 million refugees. Sought restitution. A British organized conference was held in Ghana. Now listen to this. Aburi was British. Oh my God. Oh my God. Britain, always performing in proxy. The Aburi Accord was organized by Britain. Aburi Accord was organized by Britain. Let me continue so you can judge for yourself. A British organized conference was held in Ghana, and a conduct agreed, but Gowon returning home was flatly contradicted by the colonels, who tore up his terms and reneged on the lot. In April, the Eastern region formally succeeded. On the 7th of July, the federal government declared war. Biafra was led by the Eastern region Oxford-educated former military governor, Emeka Ojukwu. London, ignoring all evidence. Listen to this. London, ignoring all evidence that it was Lagos that reneged on the deal. Britain organized the Aburi conference. Ojukwu and Gowon were sent off to go, and other people who joined them. When they went there, they agreed, they signed. When they got home, Britain told Gowon, "Are you stupid? Are you crazy?" They turned the paper. And the same Britain turned around and refused and said, no, it was not Gowon who made a U-turn. It was actually Ojukwu. That was the lie that Britain told the Janjaweed, and they bought it. It's not me. Frederick Forsyth is telling you. He was there. He's a journalist. He was live. He was direct 50 years ago. I said 50 years ago. He is an eyewitness, and he was working for the evil British Broadcasting Corporation. I call BBC evil. BBC, sue me. My name's Mazi Onoha. Sue me. Let us meet in court. I will defend myself. I don't need a lawyer. You are evil, BBC. You supervise the killing, the slaughter, the massacre of our people in millions, the starvation of our children in millions. And this is one of you who was live. And he's still alive. Forsyth is not a dead man. He's still alive. He is the one indicting you this evening. BBC. Frederick Forsyth is indicting you and not me. So do your worst. Take me to court if you will. Take me to the Hague if you will. BBC, you are evil. You are an accomplice of genocide. You supervise the murdering, the killing of millions of people. You should go to the Hague and tell them what you saw. Bring out your archive. Let the whole world know what you are hiding from the whole world. You cannot hide the truth. And this evening, the truth is coming out. My goodness me. London, ignoring all evidence that it was Lagos that reneged on the deal, denounced the secession, made no attempt to mediate and declare total support from Nigeria. London never called Ojukwu. London never made any attempt to mediate, because that's what you do. When there is a war, you call the people together, you mediate, you try to make peace so that the voice of reason can prevail. They did no such thing. Britain and their lapdog BBC, they support Nigeria 100%. And you know why we call Britain evil. Now you know. When we say we were killed, it is not Nigeria who killed us. It is Britain and BBC. BBC and Britain are the one that slaughtered us. The genocide against us is Britain and BBC, and we can prove that. Being a criminal is not only when you spearhead the crime. No, you can be an accomplice. And an accomplice of a crime is as good as the criminal. Do you understand? Because when you are charged to court, maybe the ringleader will be accused number A or number 1, and you, an accomplice, will be accused number 2. So in this, you can call Britain accused number 1, BBC accused number 2, Nigerian government accused number 3, Soviet Union accused number 4, Egypt accused number 5. We continue. I arrived in the Biafran capital of Enugu on the 3rd day of the war in London. I had been capriciously briefed by Gerald Walters, head of the BBC West African Service. What I did not know was that he was the obedient. Are you listening to this? Listen, this guy is spelling beans. He's telling you what happened. He is telling you what took place. He's telling you what transpired. He is telling you the truth that we are hiding many, many years ago. He said that he met this guy. We might not finish this broadcast, but I will continue to finish it some other time next week. But I'm going to do what I can because of our time. He said he had been brief. Okay. This part I'm about to read is very, very important. Please, please, pay close attention. This is very, very important. Since we don't have our history written anywhere, the only way we get history is through oral impartation. As I'm speaking now, as I'm reciting it, you are listening, you are writing it down. Then it becomes a history. You can also pass it to your own children. But if you are waiting to go read it up, where our history is documented, you ain't going to find anything, because Biafran history is in the archive of Britain in London. Trust me. Remember where our leader got the Lord Lugard agreement, the so-called agreement of 100 years. It was in London. Everything was hidden in London, for your information. All right. So when he arrived at Enugu, this brilliant and honest man, Forsyth, he met Gerald Watros. Gerald Watros was then head of the BBC West African Service. But what Forsyth did not know was that Gerald Watros was the obedient servant of the government of the Commonwealth Relation Office. He was an informer, which believed every word of his High Commissioner in Lagos. You see, what Katrina Line is doing today is in Lagos or in Abuja, wherever the hell she is. They did not start today. What Britain does is, like I told you, Britain always rule in proxy. They say they've given you independence in 1960, right? But they say, okay, fine, we're going to build our High Commission in Lagos. And they will put a High Commissioner. For you, that's a High Commissioner. But for Britain, he's not a High Commissioner. He is actually the Governor General of Nigeria. That person in the High Commissioner is the one that is ruling. All those people you see, Tafawa Balewa, Nnamdi, this and that, no, they are nobody. They don't exist. The main guy who is ruling is in the High Commissioner of Britain. Oh gosh. Britain rules in proxy. They are gone, but they are not gone. They are still there. So what happened is, the Crown in England will send a message to the High Commissioner. Tell Tafawa Balewa to stop that nonsense. The High Commissioner will summon Tafawa Balewa to the office and tell him, hey, don't try that nonsense, we'll remove you. I'm telling you now, Chief, we'll remove you. And we say, there's no problem. And the idiot will go and implement what Britain told him. That is why till today, Britain is still taking your oil for free. They pay no cent. Britain pays no cent for your oil. They are pushing for the gas. And I'm sure they might have been getting the gas by now. So that is how it works. And it has never changed. It is a practice that never changed. Some of you still believe that Katrina Line is a high commissioner. No, she's not a high commissioner. She is the Governor General of Nigeria. So don't be surprised when you see Katrina Line moving around to Onitsha, Enugu, this and that, meeting your chiefs, meeting your Igwes. No, she's doing her job. She is ruling Nigeria. And when she gets all the findings and information, she will tell that old witch in England, the Queen of England, what's happening before even the Prime Minister get to know about it. As far as England is concerned, I mean, every decision must be consulted to the throne or the crown or whatever the hell you call it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We continue. So this guy they called Gerald Watros was in Pimpy. He was an informer for the High Commissioner who tells him what is happening. So he believes in every word the High Commission in Lagos tells him. And the High Commissioner at that period, his name was David Hunt. David Hunt was the High Commissioner in Lagos during the Biafran War. It took 2 days in Enugu to realize that everything I had been told was utter garbage. Are you listening to what this man is saying? A British-born citizen that worked for BBC during the war. He said that it took him 2 days to realize that all the briefing he got in Enugu was utter garbage. I had been briefed that the brilliant Nigerian army, now listen to this, what they told Forsyth. He was briefed that the brilliant Nigerian army would suppress the rebellion in 2 weeks. When they use the word suppress, don't you know what it means? They will kill all of us off in 2 weeks. They will massacre all of us in 2 weeks. So he was told that he must not worry. He's not going to be there for long. It's just only 2 weeks, and this rebellion will be squashed. The same language that the APC government of Buhari still uses, we will squash IPOB. You don't know. It's an old age language, but some of us who were not born, they will kill. So he was told that the rebellion will be squashed or, suppressed in 2 weeks. 4 at the most. If they did not finish it in 2 weeks, it will be 4 at the most. Fortunately, the Deputy High Commissioner in Enugu, Jim Parker, told me what was really happening. Now let's listen to what Jim Parker told Forsyth that was really happening. My goodness me, this is becoming more interesting, but at the same time, my time is going. But let me see how far I can push before we call it a day. Unbelievable. This evil they call BBC that have the audacity to open up their mind and begin to talk a whole lot of crap. An accomplice, calling the victim a killer. How does that work in this world of ours? I ask again. I thought Biafra were the ones who were supposed to be crying, finding a way for restitution for what has been done to them time immemorial and still going on. But yet, the kettle is calling the pot black. How does that work, I ask again, in this shameful world of ours? All right, let's hear what this guy, Jim Parker, told Forsyth that was really happening. It became clear that the rubbish believed by the CRO and the BBC, their name always crop up. I'm reading an article of what happened 50 years ago. Do you see the name of BBC all over it? The same BBC that is talking junk and rubbish today. Utter garbage. BBC's team from our High Commissioner in Lagos, a racist, are you listening to this? A racist and a snob, Hunt expected Africans to leap to attention when he entered the room, which Gowon did. This is the High Commissioner. I want you to get this straight. Whenever he enters the room, he expects the the military president of the zoo to jump up on his seat, a high commissioner. Do you get it? That he's not a high commissioner. He is the governor general. Any British high commissioner that comes to Nigeria is the governor general of Nigeria in proxy. It might not be written anywhere. There might not be anywhere to prove it. But he is what? The governor general of Nigeria. What they say goes. Now, concerning Biafran freedom, concerning the so-called referendum, what is holding it up is not Nigerian government. It is Britain. It is that witch in the British High Commissioner House, Katrina Line. They are the one. Nigeria cannot take any decision without the High Commissioner of Britain approving or rubber stamping. Forget it. It's not going to happen. I said it's not going to happen if they don't rubber stamp it. And that is why we are saying freedom is not given. Let me repeat it. Maybe you are sleeping. Freedom is not given. British government ain't going to give us victory. Freedom, I beg your pardon. British government is not going to give us freedom. We must take it by force. I said we must take it by force. Do you know why we must take it by force? Because it belongs to us. Because it's alienable. Because the law of nature said we must. I said the law of nature said we must. Because freedom is fundamental. It is fundamental in the sense that as a human, we have to get freedom. We cannot be enslaved forever. That is why you remember the first batch of Biafran slaves that arrived to the US. They have to drown. The first batch of Biafran slaves that arrived the US, they have to drown. Do you know why they drown? Because it's either we get freedom or we die. So when we say Biafra or death, they always misunderstood. They get it wrong. But it's very simple. If you don't get freedom as human, why are you alive? I said, if you don't get freedom as human, why are you alive? Let me explain something to you. I'm here in South Africa, studying my butt off. I'm busy with my second degree in the university. I've got this brilliant experience, ideas about cell phone, tracing, investigation, law, all in this brain. When am I going to execute it? I'm asking you. Because here in South Africa, they have their own people. They have to take care of their own first before thinking about you as a foreigner. Unless it's a scarce skill. But my skill is not a scarce skill. It's a skill that even South Africans have. If I was a medical doctor, well, that's a scarce skill or a nurse. So when am I going to exercise those skills? It's not going to happen here because I'm not from here. I need to go back home where I come from and use all those endowments, all those brain, all those things that I've learned over these years to better my homeland, which is Biafra. Do you understand why freedom is very important to me, Mazi Ikechukwu? I don't know about you. Maybe you have your own reasons as well. But personally, I'm telling you about me. Why I must get Biafra. And that is why I'm saying to Britain, that's why I'm saying to BBC, that freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. You can label us for all you want. If you like, call us terrorists. We don't give a damn. If you like, call us terrorists. Heaven will not fall. It will not stop Biafra from coming. It will not stop us from getting Biafra. Get it in your thick skull, Britain and BBC. We have reached to a point of no return. The Rubicon, having lost 5 million of human beings, having lost 5 million human beings, having lost 5 mil of human beings, and we are still losing. If it was a war, we might not even lose up to 5 million. Now, if it becomes a war, we will not even lose up to 5 million. I'm telling you, it will be man to man. If we die, we all die. So be it. At least we have tried as men and not as coward. So if anybody is telling you, or if any power, superpower out there, if any international organization like United Nations somehow in their mind is thinking that this Biafra we started, that we are going to one day say to everybody, to your tent, O Israel, they are dreaming. I said they are dreaming. We have come out and we are not going back. We must restore Biafra in our own time. The unfortunate thing for Britain and BBC is that people who are doing Biafra struggle are young men and women, mostly. I said people who are doing Biafra are from, majority in their 50 years down. And you know how the youthful mind works. Do you know how the youthful mind works? It is death. So what is death? If you kill me now, Mazi or no, and then does it stop the restoration of Biafra? No. If you kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, will it stop the restoration of Biafra? The answer is no. Holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a waste of time, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no longer the reason to stop Biafra struggle. If you can kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and this struggle will stop, yeah, I can understand. But the point is, it is pointless killing Nnamdi Kanu, because killing Nnamdi Kanu cannot stop the restoration effort. Nnamdi Kanu has photocopied millions of Nnamdi Kanu, even more freedom-wise. My goodness me, do these people really understand what they are playing with? Do they really understand what they are playing with? If you think that this whole peaceful agitation is going to be like that forever, no, you are mistaken. And I'm saying it boldly, openly. It's a reality, it's a fact. If I have to get my freedom through any means, so be it. The United Nations Charter said the right of indigenous people to self-determination, to strive for their self-determination anywhere they seem fit. Anywhere can be anywhere, one day. Anywhere can be anywhere. If not to spray granules, we could spray them, I tell you. So trying to manipulate us, trying to blackmail us with those cheap Hollywood movie that BBC is doing is rubbish. Because BBC is the real killer. BBC is the one that supervises over killings of millions of people. And today they have the audacity to call the victim killers. Where does that happen in this world of ours? I am summarizing because of our time. I'm going to read these few ones, and then, of course, I will close and we'll continue again next week. I really have a lot to say to this infamous BBC and Britain. I really have a lot to say to BBC and their lapdog, because that's what BBC is, the lapdog of Britain. BBC is old. For some of you don't know, when I was small, my father would be listening to this evil network, BBC. I don't know that these people are bad like this. I didn't even know what happened or what they did to our generation. And today they have not stopped. It's like Biafra. It's in their top priority list. A nation they have to fight. But I can assure you one thing, BBC. If you did not win against our fathers, you will not win today. It's 50 years gone, 60 years gone, but we are still wasting strong than ever before. You see this Biafra? It must come. You see this Biafra? It must come. God help all of us. This Biafra must come. If you like call us terrorists, it's even more better. You called Nelson Mandela terrorists, and then what happened? He succeeded. I can remind you of so many mighty men you called terrorists, and what happened? They succeeded because you're a liar. You are a liar. They are not terrorists. You know that, BBC. You know that, Britain, that Biafrans are not terrorists. You know we are not bloody. You know that we are not violent people by nature. We only defend our territory. We only defend our interest. And we will continue to defend our interest. And we will not give up to what belongs to us. When our fathers handed over, surrendered to go on, they did not surrender. You know what they did? It was a smart move. Let me reveal this to you and I will close. There was a plan, a big plan. Believe me, don't believe me, but I'm going to say it to you anyway. Ojukwu said, don't quote me on this because it's not written, but that's just what's happened. Ojukwu said, if I continue to fight this war, you see this generation, you see these children, they will be all slaughtered. And that will be the end of Biafra for real. But because I know that Biafra will not die, but because I know Biafra is undefeatable, I need to surrender so that these children will live and take over and fight for Biafra in the future. If I don't get Biafra today, I am confident. Unbelievable. I am confident and I have faith that these children will grow and they will ask for what killed their father. Ojukwu left for Ivory Coast. And then his second in command handed over to the zoo Nigeria. They were happy, they celebrated, but they don't know that what is greater than Ojukwu was coming. That what is greater than all those that come before us are coming. That what is greater than Biafran army is coming. And they are here today. They are me, they are you. And we're going to take what belongs to us. We were that prophecy of Ojukwu. We were that dream of Ojukwu. Whenever Ojukwu speaks to the media, he speaks in parable. Only the wise understand. He keep on forecasting about Biafra. You don't know why he's forecasting. Ojukwu knows that those that came after him, he knows that those that were growing, he knows that some of those children who were starved of kwashoko, some of them survived it. They are going to ask questions. What happened to their fathers? What happens to their mothers? What happens to their uncle? Who does the oil in Biafra land belongs to for real? Time for accountability. It's like your father died. Your uncle took over your father's property, took over the land, took over everything. And you grew up. You call old Monna. You say, let's sit. I want us to discuss. We want us to discuss who owns this land? Who owns this property? It was my father's, though I was small, but I've grown. Now I want it back. And that is the question that millions of Biafrans and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have come to ask the zoo government and Britain and BBC. And that is why BBC is shaking in their pants. They have to frame us. They have to blackmail us. They have to come up with any lie possible to proscribe us. And we don't care. Even if you call us terrorists, it works better for us. Because when you call us terrorists, then we will behave like terrorists. Trust me when I tell you. Biafra is undefeatable. Thank you very much for listening this evening. And I believe the BBC have gotten the memo. And in case if they did not get the memo, please do the right thing. Send the memo to BBC. And I'm coming back for them again next week. They can label us for all they like. As a matter of fact, they must hasten it. They must hasten it. I don't know why anybody should be afraid of being called terrorists. If you have not been called a terrorist, then you are not a freedom fighter. Something is wrong somewhere. If you have not been called a terrorist, I repeat, and I'm going to say it louder, you are not a freedom fighter. Something is wrong somewhere. If Nelson Mandela could be called a terrorist, who the hell are you that you're afraid to be called a terrorist? Give me a break. If they call you a terrorist, the better for you. I said if they call you a terrorist, Biafrans, are you listening to me? The better for you. It gives you more leeway. It gives you more open doors. It gives you more opportunity. I'm going to leave it coded. I'm not going to go into details. But I, Mazi Ikechukwu, I am not afraid to be called a terrorist. Trust me, I am not afraid. As a matter of fact, bring it on. There's only one thing that I want, and that is freedom, and that is Biafra. And as soon as I get Biafra, the terrorist tag will just flop. Do you know that? Once you get Biafra, the terrorist tag will just collapse. It will work on you at the meantime, but you do what you got to do and get what you got to get, and the terrorist tag will just fall off. Oh, let me stop here because of our time. Thank you for listening. May God bless Biafra. May God bless our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless all of you. And may God continue to strengthen us up. If there is anything that I'm so convinced about in this life, it is the coming of Biafra. I've never for one day have any doubt in me whether Biafra will come or not. I swear by my father and my mother's grave, I've never doubted one day whether Biafra should come or not, because there is only two ways to do it: peacefully or the other way. As for Biafra, it must come. Thank you for listening. And God bless you all. I have to leave it here. And I'll see you again soon. From me, from here, it is goodbye.
Praise the Lord! Children of God, it is time to sing praises unto the Lord our God, for He alone is worthy of our praise. So clap your hands together wherever you are as we sing His praise. Amen. Amen. Father, to you be all the glory. To you, Jesus.
Announcement. There will be 7 days fasting and prayer for IPOB/Biafrans worldwide. From Wednesday, the 11th day of May to Tuesday, the 17th day of May 2022. Theme: Enemy cannot decide the fate of God's children. The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 24. These prayer points and all the categories are all available in all IPOB platforms. So get there and choose the category that is perfect for you. Let us pray. Who we trust will grant us our heart desires, which is total freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafrans.
Get it online on your mobile. This is IPOB Community Radio. Radio Biafra, the first and the last.
Great Biafrans, wonderful people and beautiful people, lend me your ears. Buried for 50 years, Britain and BBC shameful role in the Biafran war. 1 million children starved to death. Women raped, mothers, pregnant women cut up, and the babies taken out and slaughtered right before BBC camera lens, the British corporation BBC. And today, BBC is trying to rewrite history. BBC is trying to make the victim the villain. And therefore, we Biafran, under the leadership of our Supreme Commander, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are taking the war to the British Corporation doorstep. Biafra worldwide phone call and Twitter campaign against British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC. Starting date, the 19th day of May to the 3rd of June, 2022. Now listen, be polite and use the following prompt when you call the British Broadcasting Corporation. Hello, my name is, you give them your name. I am calling to ask about BBC policy of propaganda against the victims of genocide. Listen and pay close attention. Number one, why is BBC always twisting facts and covering up genocide by Fulanis in Nigeria? Number two, when will BBC make a documentary about the current Fulani genocidal killing in Nigeria? Number three, why is BBC shamelessly investigating the victims and not the perpetrators? Number four, why is BBC broadcasting a fake documentary to intimidate the victims of genocide? And number five, BBC and UK government, stop your shameless policy of plundering and slaughtering Biafrans. Stop the killings. Stop lying about us and leave us alone. Now, listen, very important. The time to call the British Broadcasting Corporation will be from 9 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. Biafra time. Now, these are the numbers to call. Pay close attention. BBC switchboard is +44 208 743 8000. I repeat, BBC switchboard +44 208 743 8000. You must call and you need to deliver the message. All right. You also can call BBC News. You can tweet them at BBC News. I repeat, at BBC News. You can also call the BBC customer service number, and the number is +44 3700 100 342. BBC customer service number again, I repeat, +443 700 100 342. Or you can also tweet at BBC Press. I repeat, FBBC Press. Or you can also call BBC Studios Limited. The number is +442 08 433 2000. And finally, you can also tweet at BBC Africa. I repeat, at BBC Africa. Biafrans, we shall vanquish by the grace and mercies of Elohim. We shall vanquish. BBC, stop the intimidation. BBC, apologize to the real victim of genocide, the Biafran people. We shall vanquish.
Wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are, on the face of this very planet, we welcome you this very early morning for some of you, because the time now in Biafra land is precisely 7 minutes past 7 a.m. in the morning, and the same number of minutes past the top of the hour, wherever you are domiciled, we are live and we are direct, and the whole world is listening as usual, because unlike any other, Radio Biafra is being listened to across the entire 24 time zones of this very planet. When I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, it is in complete acknowledgement of that very reality. As I welcome you this morning, please try to welcome those who are around you. As always, when we are exact with our timing, that goes to show that we are live. And you can listen to us via FM. We are on satellite. Radio Biafra is simulcasting on my Facebook page at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You must be aware of those being run by DSS, by the Nigeria Secret Service. Mine is at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you go there, you will listen to us, and I'm sure that some of you are sharing and hosting watch parties as we proceed. This morning is for phone-ins alone. I will not preach very much. Whatever response I give to the answer that I will receive this very morning is going to form part of our gospel this very day. As always, we remain unblemished. We are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why we speak the truth without fear nor favor. That is why this very march to freedom is unstoppable. That is why Biafra will be restored in our time. That is why we are doing all we can to ensure that Biafra is with us this very year. Anything and everything humanly possible that we are supposed to do, we are going to do to ensure that this very kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth is restored this year, not next. Therefore, we encourage you to make sure that you do all within your powers to be of good conduct. And as always, I must warn those of you with weak constitution that this very broadcast is not for you. It is not for the faint-hearted. It is not for the wimpish. If you are a lover of truth and of honesty, then here is where you shall worship with us this very morning. This is our own version of a morning devotion. Because we must hand over every proceeding, every undertaking of ours this very day to the Most High, to put it out that heaven may bear us witness. We are live and we are direct, and the whole world is listening as usual. Some of you may prefer to listen via Radio Biafra app. Some are listening to us via tuning. Some of you are with us via Garden Radio. Some are listening via Sweet Radio. Some are listening via Simple Radio. And a whole host of other platforms, including YouTube, of course, because we do know that there are independent broadcasters who are streaming this very broadcast live, uninterrupted and direct to YouTube. If you wish to join us, there is no excuse for you not to join us. We must hand over our proceedings this morning very briefly to the Most High. And we must pray in the language of heaven. You will excuse me. That is where I am led to direct and to champion this very prayer this morning, because it is a noble effort. It is a worthwhile endeavor to acknowledge the indisputable supremacy of the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Because only a fool can say in his or her heart that there is no God. Onye ndị ya na-akpọkwu mgbe niile ọbụla mgbe ha nọ na mkpa dịka oge awa ahụ. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile, onye kere igwe ma nke elu ụwa. Onye ọ bụ naanị ịhụnanya ya na ebere ya na mmeso ọma ya na-edu ndị ya niile mgbe niile. Chineke na nke dị nsọ, onye na-adịgide nsọ ma ọ bụ mgbe ebighị ebi. O nweghị ihe ọ bụla bụ ihe kere eke na nke ebere tupu igwe malite. Iwe si n'ihe ga-abatara gị ọchịchịrị wee gbalaga. Iwe nke ụmụ gị bụ ndị Igbo, bụ ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra. Iwe anyị ngozi pụrụ iche onye nwe m anyị wee na-adọghị n'isi ụtụtụ a si gị biko nye anyị ezi echiche nye anyị akọ n'uche nye anyị amamihe ma nyekwa anyị ezi nghọta nna nke ndị nsọ anyị wee na-adọghị na-asịghị onye nwe anyị dịka isi wee zọpụta ala nsọ bụ Biafra oge gara aga otu aha ka anyị si wee na-adọghị n'ụbọchị nke taa ka isi n'aka ajọ nke mkpagbu nke ụmụ ekwensu bụ ndị janjaweed wee wezụga ndị gị ka ị wee mere anyị ebere ma gbaghara anyị mmehie n'ihi n'ezie na mmehie anyị karịrị akarị o nweghị ihe ọ bụla anyị bụ n'iru ihe onye nwe m ma anyị wee na-arịọ isi ihe biko ejikwara mmehie wee kwụọ anyị ụgwọ ọrụ ma gị nna nke ebere cheta akwụkwọ mgba ndụ gị n'isi anyị na-ese na ọ bụrụ ma anyị jụ mmehie niile wee kwụsị ife arụsị niile ma chebe iru anyị ebe ị nọ na ị ga-emere anyị ọgọ ị ga-emere anyị amara ị ga-agbaghara anyị mmehie ị ga-esi n'aka mkpagbu wee napụta ndị gị ọ bụ ihe anyị na-arịọ gị dịka esi wee dị n'oge gara aga n'obodo mkpagbu bụ Ijipt ka ụmụ gị si wee na-agakwa gị n'oge ahụ onye nwe m biko n'obodo ekwensu bụ zu Nigeria na-akpa anyị ahụ ọ na-enye anyị nsogbu ọ na-ememila ndị ya eze ebubere ngozi na ọ bụrụ otu aka isi wee kwado ọnọdụ anyị ka ihe nke gọọmenti bụ n'obi nna nke igwe wee chaa n'ebe Afrịka nọ n'ụwa niile ebe ọ bụla onye isi ojii nọ nna nke ebere ka ngọzi nke pụrụ iche wee ndị dị etu aka anyị wee na-arịọ gị n'ụzọ pụrụ iche n'isi ezinụlọ gị bụ IPOB n'ụwa niile anyị wee na-arịọ gị n'isi ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra ebe ọ bụla ha nọ wee na-agba mbọ wee na-agụ ọkụ dị iche iche nna nke ebere biko n'oge erule mgbe nna ọbụla ji alaghachi na-akwụ ya ka ị wee kpọkọtakwa ndị gị ọzọ dị ka isi wee kwa anyị na nkwa ka anyị wee jaa gị mama tolie n'ala nsọ Igbo Biafra nke nwere onwe ya nke ụwa anyị na-eji wee maatụ si n'ezie na ihe Chineke achọwo n'ime Afrịka ka anyị wee tụọ gị wee jaa gị ma wee gọzie gị ma bulie ha nsọ ya elu site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise ise ise. We are proceeding very hastily this morning, and I must remind you once again as to the number to call. We are also on Skype this morning because there are those that do not believe in what we are doing, those who do not believe in the restoration of Biafra, those who do not believe in freedom, those who have been conditioned by the damnable conditions in the Zoological Republic to put their freedom backwards, or should I say, to put personal selfish considerations before that of freedom. We have a special line for Nigerians, for Nigerians, for those who believe in the damnable Zoological Republic, those who do not believe in freedom, those who challenge our modus operandi, those of you who may have issues with the way we are driving this very agenda forward, and that very line to join on Skype is IPOB, all in small letters, IPOB 2020, IPOB 2020, all one word, IPOB 2020 at Outlook, you know, the Microsoft email address, IPOB at outlook.com. I repeat, you can join us on Skype via IPOB 2020 at outlook.com. The number to call once again and for your messages remains +1 512 955 2807. I will caution those of you who are intending to call that if somebody is on the line, try not to call because there is no need for it. You must listen to what they are saying before you try to call in. And once again, allow me to repeat, the number is +1 512 955 2807. I repeat, +1 512 955 2807. People are calling from everywhere. We will not waste any more time. We shall proceed to the line to begin to take your calls. We are going to go to the line to begin to take your calls. There are some people who are already on Skype. We shall be coming to you in a short while. But meanwhile, we have a caller on the phone. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, my name is Benjamin Okuchuku. Yeah, my Facebook is Idozuogugu, and I'm calling from Asia.
Where in Asia are you calling from?
I'm calling from Indonesia.
From Indonesia. Very good. Please go ahead. The world is listening. Please go ahead.
And I strongly thank you for your good job. For you have come to deliver all black men.
Thank you.
Women.
Thank you very much.
On this podcast. And I'm IPOB under oath.
Yes.
I can never sabotage Biafra and the leader. Any day I try to do so, they go fight me best. But what I want to, ask, because we have come to, bring Biafra.
Yes.
We have come to
round this up. A lot of people are on the queue. Please go straight to the point. Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My question is that as the CIA people is killing us, continue killing us from now, and they are killing us, then if the UN and the world power refuse to give us Biafra from now to 5 years, what will be the answer? Are we going to march or to keep agitating?
We are not going to prevaricate, believe you me. If they continue to kill us, I have made representations to those that matter in the United States, even yesterday. I made it very clear to them in the US yesterday that this cannot continue. The killings cannot continue. That if they do nothing, this year, we will be forced to defend our land. We would have no choice. All these folding our hands and providing excuses as they continue to slaughter us cannot go on unchecked. Even yesterday, Gibson, there is a transport company called Gibson, 5 lorry load of them, or should I say, luxurious bus load of janjaweed were dropped at Milverton in Aba. And as we speak, the same yesterday, there was a plane laden with arms from Serbia, that came into Kanu on its way to Makrodi. So they are arming to invade us by land and by air. The Janjaweed have already infiltrated our land, and the Nigeria Air Force will give them support through the air if we mount any premature resistance. This we know. Nigeria Air Force yesterday took delivery of arms and armaments all the way from Serbia via Kanu into Makrodi. This we know. We cannot fold our arms, of course. We have some people who are on Skype. I don't know if they can take this call. They are no longer, they have declined. I don't know why they have declined. They called and they have declined. I don't know if they shouldn't be scared. Please don't be scared. And don't be scared, please. We want to take your call. We have Pastor Godwin Eram Mosele. Are you there with me? Can you hear me? Pastor, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me? Good morning to you. Turn your system down or I'll cut you off. Turn your system down and you speak. Go ahead.
My leader.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Ole Kachuku Abasi. I'm calling from Mako.
Thank you very much. The world is listening. Please go ahead.
My leader, I feel like I am on heaven. I feel like I'm on heaven. Thank you for your good work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your work, my leader.
Thank you.
I'm coming from Mako in Enugu State.
Thank you.
My leader, thank you.
You're welcome.
I know this your movement will never stop.
Our movement is not just my own, it belongs to everybody, please. I only happen to be leading this very movement. It doesn't belong to me. Go ahead.
My leader, since IPOB started, this is the first day to get you online. Thank you, my leader.
There are millions all over the world.
I don't know how to express my feelings, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I remain blessed. We have another caller on the line. I am hoping to be able to pick up a Nigerian. Are you a Nigerian? Are you a Biafran? The caller on Skype. Can you hear me? No, they are not serious. They are not paying attention. I don't know what is wrong with them. They're not paying attention. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, Notineke.
Good morning to you. I thought you're a Nigerian. The Skype line, please, is only for people from, let me not frighten them, for Nigerians. Let me say, for patriotic Nigerians. Because if I say Nigerians, they will run away. They may not come again. It's for patriotic Nigerians, please. The Skype is not for Biafrans. It is for patriotic Nigerians. Those that believe in one Nigeria. Those that believe that gossiping is a way of life. I want to address them. Stop gossiping and come live. I will not cut you off. The world is listening. Come and debate me. Thank you very much, my dear brother, for calling. Let me see if we can get a Nigerian on the line. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? No, they are not paying attention. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, my leader. Good morning.
Good morning. And I said, please, Biafrans, if you're listening, this very Skype line is for Nigerians only. Not for Biafrans. It is for Nigerians only. So I would recommend that you call me on the usual lines, please. This very line is for Nigerians only. If I pick it, I want it to be Nigerians, or those that believe in one Nigeria, or those that believe we're getting it wrong. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? For the last time, the caller on Skype, can you hear me? They are not paying attention. They are not paying attention. Let us go to the phone line to see who is there. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, please, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Aloysius Ogunta I'm calling from Germany.
Where in Germany are you calling from?
Hamburg.
From Hamburg. And where do you come from in Biafra land?
Yeah, I'm coming from Imo State.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
That is Biafra land.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Mazi, I want to take this opportunity to thank you and all the IPO members.
Yes,
because of the work you are doing.
Thank you.
Then there is something, last week I listened to your broadcast on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, there is something you say about Ireland, about the foreign countries that have interest in Nigeria.
Yes.
You said that Ireland is having the issue of our passport, Nigerian passport.
Yes.
So, my opinion is these people that have interest, is it not good to go to them and give them the same interest they have in the zoo so that they can support our movement?
We are not in the business of trying to bribe anybody for a right that was given to us by God. We're not going to bribe anybody. Biafra land will be open for business. Anybody can come there to do legitimate business. We are going to be inward investment driven. Therefore, every country around the world will benefit from the emergence of Biafra. I was having discussions with some people in the Western world, and I said to them, would you prefer to have a wealthy Japan or a very poor Japan? They said they would prefer a wealthy Japan because should the Japanese economy go into recession, they too will be adversely affected. The same principle will apply to Biafra, that countries around the world will benefit because we would go and canvass for those countries to come to Biafra land to invest. Biafra will be the hub of business in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. So it is in their interest to support Biafra. We are not going to go behind the back and bribing people to come and do what is right or what God has given to us as a natural, inalienable right. Thank you very, very much for calling. Thank you. We are going to Skype to see if there is a Nigerian there. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, and your name, please, and raise your voice and where you're calling from, if you may.
Sir, my name is Ugori. I'm calling from UAE.
You are calling from UAE. I don't know why the line is not as loud as it should be. Yes, you are calling from UAE. Please go ahead. The world is listening.
Sir, I'm from Biafra, and I'm a proud Biafran.
You are from Biafra and you are a proud Biafran. Go ahead.
I've been following you for a very long time, and I really don't know why our brothers, some of them don't even think straight.
No, before they say this is an RNG call, please, where in Biafra do you come from?
I'm from Amarata, Chinedu.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Our brothers don't think straight. They don't think straight at all. They see all these things happening. They see them. They don't think straight. I don't know why. Some of them, if I use the word foolish, they will say I'm insulting them. But they don't think straight. They see everything happening. Our waters are being polluted. Everything happening. Nothing is working every year. They are seeing that. And someone came out to fight for all of us. You lost everything. You're not selfish like others who want to collect money from the federal government. And they're still saying nonsense. They don't think straight. The only option and solution we have now is Biafra.
And are you Islam? Which ethnic nationality are you?
Like I said, I'm from Biafra.
No, Biafra is a state. I want you to give me your ethnic nationality. If you're Islam, you say you are. If you're not, you say I am not.
Yeah, I'm not.
You are not. What is your ethnic nationality? How are you identified? If you come to the zoo and they ask you at the airport, where are you from? What would you say to them? I don't want the state. The state is an artificial creation. What is your ethnic nationality?
Like I said, I'm from Biafra, really.
No. Not at all. That is not the way we roll here. I need you to tell me your ethnic nationality. Your ethnic nationality. I am ethnically an Igbo man, but I am a Biafran by nationality. It is as simple as that. I like people who are direct and honest. I don't like people who play around words. I have a caller on the line. Can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? He's not listening. The caller on the line for the last time, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Then go ahead and say what you have to say, your name and where you're calling from, please.
Well, my name is Roland.
What is your proper name? What's the meaning of Roland? What is your proper name, please?
My name is Obioma Ihedile.
That's your name, not what is the meaning of Roland? What is Roland?
Precisely, I am from Umuahia, Abia State, from Ohoho.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, but I'm living in Italy, in Florence.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
I really want to thank you so much for your efforts in this struggle, and I really want to pour a lot of accolades on you for everything you have been doing. But Mazi, I need to ask you just one question. There was something I saw online last time that people living in the US were registering, the Igbos living in US were registering about their ethnicity.
Yes.
I am from Umuahia precisely. I'm from Umuahia.
Go ahead, we are listening. Go ahead, we are listening. We have a caller on the line. This very caller, can you hear me? Your name and where you're calling from, please. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Please go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Nnamdi. I'm from Imo State. I'm calling from Libya. I'm a Tripoli coordinator.
Thank you very much. And what is your proper name? What is all this craze about European names, refugees, Roland? What's the meaning of that? What is your proper name? Yeah?
Okay, my name is Kelechuku.
Simple. Can you compare Kelechuku with that thing you told me was your name? Do you know the meaning of Kelechuku? What's the meaning of it?
Okay.
What is the meaning of Kelechuku? I'm asking you, what is the meaning of Kelechuku?
The meaning of Kelechuku is thank God.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So, my friend, I'd like to say that our people from this Niger, Nigeria people, Niger people, they are very serious to disturb us. So I don't know what to do. So I need your help.
Hang on. Does it mean that it is all these Nigerians, these niggers from Nigeria? Are you telling me that they are the owners of Libya as well? Do they own Libya?
They are bribing the government of Libya
to do what?
They threaten us anyhow.
They have to. That is what the zoo are doing. What they are supposed to do. That is the way animals behave. So they are doing what any other animal will do. That is who they are. That is the way they are. You cannot stop them, but rather you walk through them and continue to do the very great work that some of you are doing in Libya. I have a caller on Skype. This very caller, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning, Mr. Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you very much. Where are you calling from?
If you can remember when you came to Kuwait, that Edo man.
The Edo man in Kuwait. Thank you very much, of course.
From Island, and Island is Biafra. Not those have big stories they are telling us that are not adding up.
When you say you're from Edo, I want to know your ethnic nationality, because Edo is not an ethnic nationality. We have Eshan, we have Benin. Where are you from?
Eshan.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Eshan. It's called